God.
anything.
Yeah, like, oh my God, it's like the worst.
So funny.
Like something like a
the
little
tassels and like you just
Right.
gotta have a little kid's birthday party.
Yeah. Like he needs to be sitting on a pony for his birthday picture.
The fact that the
That's what will get you.
Pony
the
ride.
Chaps, a vest, and the hat. That's it. And the boots. Okay. Nothing else. No pants or anything else. Sitting on a pony. That'd be great, wouldn't it? It's like totes adorbs.
Totes adorbs.
Yeah.
and the very fact that they were started to, critiquing all the things that have actually come to pass in the Back to the Future.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my hoverboard. That just proves that we're on the bad timeline.
Hey, at least they made the shoes finally.
No.
One of my clients actually has a DeLorean though.
Those stainless steel DeLoreans. What a weird car.
88 miles per hour, guys.
One of my neighbors has one of those.
That's 1.1 gigawatt.
I just remember the shoulder padded jackets that they'd wear, big yellow green Esprit jackets with the shoulder pads and the big hair and
I'm waiting for Mad Max.
No. It's all in a desert, and I don't really like it when it's dry.
Just
we
walk
live in a
away.
desert.
Yeah, but it
Just
doesn't
because
feel like a
with
desert
sprinklers.
because there's water.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then like, yeah,
He's
then
probably
you guys
like
ride
Avatar
up and you're on the
back
back of
there.
the motorcycle with
Yes,
a long blonde wig
Absolutely.
on, and
Yeah, we'll send you to the Avatar world.
Yeah, I'm
a
okay
long
with that.
blonde wig mullet.
yeah.
And my hair is exactly pretty much as long as it is now. Imagine, but 5 pounds of Aquanet.
Wow.
No wonder you didn't catch on fire. I mean, that Aquanet shit was flammable.
It was.
We used to use that as a blowtorch. Load up a PVC pipe with Aquanet, and then you launch potatoes off in the distance. Make your own little mortar shells.
I'm sure
A lot of
nobody
fun.
died from that.
But yeah, that brings the very fact that my hair is as long as it was back in high school is
Why
tricky
is
to me.
Scarlet so out of frame?
Because I'm sitting all the way freaking
Oh,
back.
that's why. I'm like, why did the
put it
camera get bumped?
No,
No.
that was me.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Back in
Fluffing
frame.
my hair.
Fluffer hair.
I'm a fluffer.
Congratulations, Kyla. I don't think
Some
Carolyn
people are
knows what
rock
a fluffer
stars.
is.
There's a lot of things Caroline doesn't know, and as much as I try and keep up with everybody's all
Fluffers are
things,
people that help
Porn
adult
stars.
film.
Be ready
Porn
for the
stars.
shot.
Yeah. They blow them a little.
Hi, everybody.
Make sure everything is
Hi, everybody.
upright.
Talking about-
to go.
Porn and different porn jobs you can have.
We were actually talking about hair and Mad Max and Zardoz.
And
And
so
then
now
it
we
just
got
went
into
downhill
fluffers.
from
Then we got into
movies
fluffers.
to what a fluffer is.
hey, I don't know a lot of things, and it doesn't seem to matter how much I try to pick up on all the things. I just don't know.
They
all
don't
the
retain
things.
anyway. So
I try.
I
really
can
do.
literally say the same thing to you and Calista the following week, and neither one of you remember anything.
What's your name?
Mhm.
Is that a
Just like we used to date.
I'll remember if you tell me I have to remember.
Take a Demigorgon.
When he calls, which one?
Who's
are you?
getting a Demigorgon?
I want a Demigorgon.
Which one are you again?
Poor innocent Demigorgon.
I know it never had a. I don't know. But
I think you actually have to grab the bottom.
Ooh, can I adopt a pet?
The plastic or that.
This way.
Grab it right
In game or in real life?
Probably. both.
Demigorgon?
One of them said adopt a pet. I wanna
Is
adopt
that the way
Adopt
you
a
want it?
Demigorgon?
Oh, that's the one I was looking
I
at.
tried.
you
I
can
tried
have it.
finding you
Yeah,
a home for
You
the
can have
girl
it. I was just,
today.
I thought it was just cute.
I got someone coming hopefully Wednesday,
You
and
want
then
that
Rachel
you can take
said,
it.
or is that the person that
I'll
Rachel
take
was saying
Can we-
might have
Yeah.
someone interested?
That was today. Yeah, unfortunately, because he just lost his about
Peppers.
6 months ago, and he's still not ready.
Oh, there you go.
Just let that that herding dog rescue take her. Test them out.
Hurting, especially with the
They're
Queensland?
it's for working dogs.
yeah,
For working dogs. So
that's
Or
actually
working
pretty
dogs, yeah.
smart.
Yeah, watch
Oh, she's sweet. We're over mudded.
watch
Remember
it
Got so many
that.
mutts.
herd Kira around the yard.
But the one
I've
that
seen that happen before.
the one that we picked up on the 3rd, his owners came and picked him up too.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank goodness!
Yeah.
Been
Yay!
missing for
Since
9
the
days,
30th.
10 days.
Okay.
10 days.
Yeah.
Since the 30th.
Is that the bulldog or
No, it's a little.
It
It
looked
looks
like
more
one
like a
of
Shiba
those.
Inu,
Yeah, like a
Okay.
Shiba Inu mix.
but really old. He
Really
said, he
old.
said he was 13.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness!
So,
She's
I mean,
probably
his
really happy
tail
that you
was
got him.
bald.
oh
and-
yeah, they were to the point where they were worried that he'd gotten by coyotes.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Well, out in our valley, that's not too uncommon.
it's not.
Heck, I get coyote dogs and cats go missing in my neighborhood because we have coyotes.
Yeah.
Well, hey, everybody, we're back after a
Hi.
month-long break.
That's
Oddly
why my pet
enough,
is a coyote.
we will potentially be playing Candela Obscura next Monday, so Ivar can get a little bit of a taste of it. But we'll probably be absent either the debutante and Lurch, or who else?
Or Shiloh.
Or how would you describe your Candela Obscura?
He was the
character?
face. They were the
Hero.
weirds.
The magician.
Yeah. You
So
you
we're gonna
guys
be-
were
They were
you're
both
the
weird.
weirds versus the
The weird.
face. Yeah.
Technically, he was a gunslinger.
I kind of make up a character.
They're pretty-
Yeah, you just pick one and develop it. I don't have the full rules yet. It's just out on Quick Start right now, Quick Start Guide. So as soon as I get the full rules when they release, which
You haven't totally just made up your own rules.
That's the whole point of doing.
I'm homebrewing the adventures, but
We're
motherfucker.
learning a new system. We can't change everything at once.
Yeah, true.
Sure I can, but I just too lazy to.
Then it's,
The
it's gonna
system
be
is
a,
like, honestly, the system makes you guys do all the work, so there's no incentive for me to change it.
Isn't that pretty fun?
You guys control all the action economy now, so it's like it's
That
pretty clever.
the fact that we actually create quite the dynamic of conversation in some of these adventures.
That when they try to sneak downstairs and they all roll ones.
Yeah.
Fall down the stairs.
also, we were both not stealthy characters.
True. Oh my god, it's so funny. But anyways, welcome back to Pikes Promise.
And we're both
We'll-
aristocratic
we'll-
assholes.
Welcome to session 40, everybody.
Wow.
Session 40. It's
Wow.
official. We've been together at least a year. If you take in holidays and breaks and everything, we've been playing for well over a year now.
And if we didn't miss a single episode, we probably would be on his birthday.
It is my birthday.
It is
No, like
52.
Oh, that would be pretty cool. You guys
52
really
and 52.
fucked up a perfect. What do they call like predicting your life through numbers? Numerology.
Yeah,
You
numerology.
would have screwed up my perfect numerology existence. Thank you. Now karma's gonna suck me
It
dry.
would have been bad though.
because she's hot.
252s are the worst thing you can get.
252s?
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah.
You just say that 'cause you know it sounds cool.
It is. Yeah, everybody knows the answer to everything's 42.
That would be me.
Oh my god, great.
Don't brag.
So, where we left off, we'll go back a little bit. So the team, after traveling to the residence to solve the inheritance vault and retrieve it for the halfling family. Unfortunately, didn't realize that they had inadvertently time dilated a year.
You know
And what we recently discovered is that this dilation with the primordial stone seemed to have caused the void gate to come into existence. Once the void gate came into existence, a strange group of individuals, then led by a gray, began to dominate over Exandria and then cause the sundering, leaving very limited places in Exandria to hide. However, the team discovered Sanctuary. Sanctuary is this remote old fortress built into the side of a cliff. We are still in Issylra, at least what's left of Issylra, as far as we know. And the team have met the leadership of Sanctuary. They've also met a gold dragon that gave a lot of insight into what's been going on, as well as some possible evidence of an emperor of the void known as Jerry.
Jerry the Great and Magnificent. Sorry, guys.
Do your magic trick.
With that,
Run away.
Hold my breath and go this one.
I think go invisible.
with that, we also learned that magic has gone wild and is very unpredictable at best. The sanctuary seems to be a place where people come and then are smuggled off of the world known as Exandria within wild space, and that there are organizations that are either harvesting the remaining land for its wealth, or we also learned that there are some things that have become extinct, like dwarfs and orcs
And dwells.
and dwarfs. I still don't think I don't think there are ever enough of you to ever actually have an opportunity of existence at the.
That's why we're just completely annihilated. Just gone.
Yeah, you kill a dozen of you and you're extinct. Yeah, so I mean it's relatively easy to do. But you
They're
guys
an
are.
endangered species. We need to put them on the
It's
list.
currently we're going to call this day 2 of your arrival in
Did we
Sanctuary, and
Did we sleep?
I don't think we slept.
you haven't taken a long rest yet. So it's the end of day 2 at Sanctuary, because day 1,
We stayed at the.
yeah, day 1 was before you got to Sanctuary. Day 2 was Sanctuary. So we'll say it is early evening. You guys have kind of like walked through Sanctuary, had your individual conversations, and excuse me, and your investigations and other activities that you were doing. But we'll say eventually you guys all kind of gather back up in one of the common spaces of Sanctuary. So you're all back together again. Evening, the sun is set. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I just had a really intense spar session.
Yes, you did.
I'm gonna rest. At least find a place to rest. So I need to talk with somebody about where we are sleeping quarters, maybe.
Okay. I mean, Sanctuary is a pretty large abandoned fortress. It's not that hard just for you guys to find like an empty section of the fortress just to kind of crash out. You don't get the feeling that the only organization here is the leadership to a certain degree of keeping it secret and then helping people escape. Otherwise, the overall kind of like, the place is kind of run by the different personalities that exist here. So you can give me a survival check and see if you can just find a quiet area of the fortress to gather everybody up in.
$18.
18. We'll say that where you were sparring, you noticed an abandoned section of the fortress. And once you were done sparring and everybody else is kind of done with their activities, you just kind of shown this like large room that's just old and abandoned and no one seems to be crashing out there. So you guys currently are occupying it.
Are we still up with the ship?
Oh, that's right. What do you want to do while
I
you're up with
was
the ship?
trying to, because Ivory and I took the ship up to the bay, and I needed to learn how to use it better. By Zahn, the upright praying mantis.
Oh yeah, well, the Thrakeen that is helping you learn how the ship works and stuff.
Yeah.
Give me 2 intelligence checks for that.
Would it be a bonus since someone was helping you? Or
Oh well, no, she had described it. She went off and did it on her own.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
Zahn.
Well,
Zahn-
that's why, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Thrakeen's helping.
You guys aren't here.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
aren't there.
that's why I thought Zan would that give you advantage if he's there.
No, because he's
Okay.
teaching her
Teaching her.
the information.
Intelligence. Not a saving throw.
D20 with your intelligence modifier.
I believe I was trying to find one of the people in charge.
The first one is a 19.
Yes, you were. Okay, keep going.
Second one is a 5.
So he's difficult to understand because he speaks with an accent because he's got like his Thrakeen, but he's trying to speak to you in common.
Didn't he speak mind to mind, like, because he didn't have mouth?
Mandible.
Yeah, but he's still got to know your language.
Right.
So he doesn't know your language very well. But over the course of that hour, he teaches you a couple things about the ship. Number one, it's referred to as a wasp, is what it's referred to as. They were originally designed, and this particular one was built actually by a group of individuals called the GIF.
Do I have to write this down?
It's up to you.
I
if
think
you
you
want to
wrote.
retain it or
I
not.
think I had that the gift thingy written
Not-
down here.
Is it
You sure you-
GIF?
GIF.
GIF.
GIFF. That's who originally designed and built the ship. He did see signs of alterations that were made by an organization or a group of people called the Githyanki, who are known to be astral pirates. But he's unclear as to how it got into your possession, because obviously you're not necessarily going to tell him unless you want to tell him where you found it.
No.
Okay. So he is a little confused by that. The helm, he tells you, is what you need to control everything. You can either wear it all the time or wear it when you decide to use it. The helm is the focal point of control, and it feeds off your innate arcane influences through your magical assimilation. The more proficient you become with it, the less magical slots it consumes.
Great. So with the proficiency for the intermediate astral, should I have rolled those with advantage? Gives advantage when studying any astral vessels.
Sure. You can re-roll that 5. Not going to learn much more on a higher than a 19. What'd you get?
No.
You got a 1.
No, I got a 4, so I got a 7.
Okay. Yeah, you spend a good hour before evening finally comes in, and you learn more about the vessel, who made it, where it's from, and how to control it, and basically gives you enough information now that you're becoming a little bit more proficient in the vessel. And you went looking for Vanix, either Vanxi, who's the silver dragonborn, or the gold dragon named Quelf.
Mhm. Looking for somebody in charge.
Give me investigation.
I don't think I'm smart. Ooh, that's not too bad. Let's see. 17?
17. I'll say you eventually track down Quelf. They are currently conversing with a strange looking group of pseudopod like creatures. And then Quelf sees you approaching. If you wouldn't mind, excuse me, to the plasmoids, and they kind of like just shamble away from Quelf. Is there something I can do for you, Willa?
It's more that I'm trying to learn to ask before I act.
Are you afraid you're about to do something stupid, or
Perhaps something that may or may not be welcome. I don't even know if it'll work.
what are you trying to do?
Well, I
Keep in mind we just met.
I
Doesn't matter. If I was there, I'd say.
You're in your
Dryad form.
dry
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you're hot.
Someone walking around half naked and she doesn't even realize it.
Well, your organic matter is clothing.
Yeah. I just ran into some interesting people. They seemed hungry, and I was wondering if I could potentially help grow things while I'm here.
What do you mean they seemed hungry? Who are you talking about?
I don't. It's like she's probably never ran into them before, so she wouldn't have the name for them. But they're the herring guns.
They look like bunnies.
Yeah.
The ones that look a bit.
Oh, yes,
They were trying to eat her.
I know who you. Oh, that's right. You're made of organic matter. Were they attempting to eat you?
They wouldn't have succeeded, but they did
I
seem
think that was
rather.
right. Anyways, yes. You want to feed them
I
carrots?
hope.
I guess.
If you don't,
I'm probably stereotyping here. I assume all bunnies eat carrots. I eat bunnies. Now that
So
I
do
think about
I.
it, that's kind of weird. Anyways, what?
I'm just asking if you would like some help growing vegetation.
No, we don't keep people here long enough for that to be a concern. I can assure you they will be gone by tomorrow. They're on the docket.
Otherwise, you would have woken up to a lot of green. So, I just wanted to ask. Before I
Yeah,
did
so normally we are a way station. People normally stay here for maybe 1 or 2 days max before we try to get them off the planet.
Of course.
I thought.
I'm not used to standing still, ironically. I mean,
do
unless
you
I'm
mean?
sleeping. I was wondering if there's anything I can do to assist while I'm here.
Maybe you
I
can
don't
make
know. Is there anything you can do?
I can grow
Pos-
things.
possible thought. Maybe you can help make some camouflage.
See, I'm not the one metagaming right now.
Sorry.
I'm asking the leader if I can assist them in any way.
I don't know. Can you? What do you do?
I grow things. I fight things.
Absorb things.
I eat things.
Yeah. I mean, we're not really in need of any specific skills currently. I mean, we've been doing this for quite some time. Are you and your friends leaving anytime soon?
Well, I'm not certain. I think we're trying to figure that out, sir.
Well, as soon as you know, you'll let me know.
Of course.
Well, good day. And he just kind of turns away and starts walking towards another group of people to
The sunchips.
interact with.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone, just anyone to interact with. I think I'm doing a phone call. There's no phone.
It's so bad.
I'm just
Fix
gonna
up the
ponder.
sentence, though. Yeah. Oh, I'll be there right now. Yeah.
I guess I'm just
gotta
gonna-
go. See ya.
I'm just gonna wander about and see if I don't get in trouble.
Okay. I feel like it should be a skill check for you.
With disadvantage.
You're immediately kidnapped by
Bye.
the Gray.
I didn't get
So anybody else want to do anything before you guys all kind of meet back up again?
Go get rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask.
Seriously?
you
Way to
still
go,
drop a
Bumble
card of-
Bumble Fingers.
Haha!
You know, it's
I'm
always a
gonna
little
ask
disturbing when
5 seconds.
when the
Jacket roll.
you know it's disturbing when the icing doesn't
No,
come off
I
the
know it's
cupcake
been on this
onto the
carpet.
carpet.
Don't do it.
It's got a hair.
Yeah.
Okay, just put it up there and where the dogs can't get it. I'm gonna ask Zon
Yeah, they'll be attacked by a giant cupcake next week. Put it on there. Put it
if
on the gaming
the
board.
wasp can't be piloted without this helmet, or is it like
Correct. It
is it
requires the
like
helmet.
Can you use other helmets for it, or is it
No,
specifically
this one is designed for it. You can always make another one and attune to the ship, but they're very expensive and very difficult to make.
Especially now.
I'd always seek out a smith or arcane armorer who could make one for you, but very rare and hard to find.
I just want to make sure the ship's not going anywhere without us.
They do not have the helm. It cannot be flown or acquired. That's not to say they couldn't physically try to take it if they're big enough, but it would
Is
be
there any
useless for them.
Is there any way to make the ship, like with the helm and talking to the ship and whatnot, make the ship small and fit in my backpack?
I mean, if you could master the spell polymorph, perhaps you could, I guess, for up to an hour.
I don't know about now. Okay, thank you.
Polymorph only works on
Yeah,
organics.
I don't know magic that well. Sorry, I only know
Would polymorph work on the ship?
it's an object.
Does it
What
work on
happens?
objects?
Is it?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, it can
Works
work
on-
on either a target or object of your choice.
I still have those potions.
we have
But-
polymorph potions.
Pour it on the
Let's
ship.
not pour it on the ship.
You have to drink it, and it gives you polymorph ability.
Where does the ship drink it? The gas.
wait.
Like an STP
Wait.
entry point.
Yeah.
If I recall
Fuel
correctly,
additive.
the ship looks like a wasp. It's gotta have a mouth.
Okay,
It's in the form of one. It doesn't look like one.
are our magic
It's been a while
items-
since we played.
I
Yeah.
can't remember.
The silly slide is in full descent.
Are our magic items working?
Magic items are working. Magic is not currently.
Well, as long as we're not
Items
if we're wearing the necklace.
Correct. If you're wearing the necklace, you're fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the group, making sure I take my helm and stick it someplace safe. It shrinks.
Sure. I mean, it's okay.
Could you make it look like a headdress?
I don't know if it changes.
By the way, it's just this helmet that when you take it off, it goes, it form fits. So when it expands or shrinks, it's just because it's form fitting to you. You just have to kind of buckle it to your belt and carry it like, an extra device. So like it can shrink down so you can put it down your front of your top.
I was joking.
I never know with you. All your faces look the same.
Yeah, you do that a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna make my way back to finding them.
Okay.
Closing the wasp and I don't know, trying to click and lock it because there's a lot of coins in it.
There's a lot of wealth in it. I mean, you don't get the feeling that this is a particularly unsafe spot. I mean,
Well, are you leaving ivory in it?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
leave Ivory in it.
okay, she'll protect it.
I'll let her out to go potty first and then put her in.
What a responsible-
Ivar's face was great.
When was the last time she ate?
Oh, we fed her.
Yeah,
we
you
gave
guys
her a
fed her.
goat.
Well, we were also in the forest. Not the forest of dead things.
They found a half dozen baby harrigans
That is cute.
that they mistaken for bunnies.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh, here you go. Here you go, Ivory.
They roast them over fire.
Got
The
a little-
parents come, my God!
got little bow ties.
Unless he's
I'm
nothing
like,
wrong
look,
with it.
big ones. They're easier to get.
Philip, no.
Hippity! No, hippity, no!
Hippity and her twin sister Hoppity.
No!
Mopsy, Flopsy,
It's just a bunch of rabbit leg, like rabbit's foots hanging off of a tree branch, drying.
One
carrying.
has a jacket.
Hanging off her helmet.
That reminds me when my dog was little and I'd look at her and go, I think we're looking at 4 potential keychains.
Five.
They're about the size of rabbits.
And a shrunken head.
Yeah,
That can tell the
it's
future
already a
because it's got
shrunken
weird
head.
eyes.
That dog doesn't even know where it is.
The only thing she cares about is that she's sitting
Like
right
yeah.
behind me.
literally
That's it. That's
the
the only thing she cares
ugliest thing I've ever seen
Oh, no,
on
yeah,
God's green earth.
You need to see
But-
Brute.
You know, hey, I
Brute
got
is
an
pretty
ugly dog
ugly.
too. She just wins the prize.
Well, to be fair,
She is older than shit.
Well, yeah, she is,
True.
but she looks hideous upside down. Like upside down, she looks like a different breed of creature.
Don't do that to her.
It's
Make her
all the
Watch.
time.
some kind of
Like it
weird
just came out of its
spider.
own alien egg.
Okay, don't be mean to her. Put her back behind your butt where she belongs.
Do you think this bothers her?
I don't know what's
She
gonna happen.
loves
She's
it.
wearing a diaper for Christ's sakes. Okay, I'm afraid of what's gonna happen.
My favorite is she doesn't even know she wears it. So she does her morning routine like normal. So she'll walk over to the door
She'll
and
go
like,
find the grass and take a dump.
no, it's
Oh.
on the floor
Oh,
because she doesn't know she's got a diaper
She's in
on.
a diaper, so I don't bother taking her outside anymore.
It's hysterical.
what do you gotta do? Check the diaper of the baby?
No,
Oh, Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Oh no, you don't have to check it.
You'll
You don't
smell it.
know.
Oh yeah. Because Calista will go, oh, I gotta change Sweepy's diaper.
Hats off to you, man.
Pretty
You
soon
are,
it'll
you
be
are good pet
Sweepy,
parents.
Sebastian's, and mine all
Yeah,
the same.
right. No, she'll be like, Sebastian, you got dad this time. It went all the way up his
I'm not
back.
changing your diaper. I'm not
It went-
changing your diaper.
He
I'm
was
gonna
on the
hire-
road.
I'm gonna hire a hot nurse.
He was on the
Oh
road.
yeah,
he
you can
went
tell
on
we
the
haven't gotten together for like a month. It's always a degenerate conversation.
We need to show up like at 3:00 so we can get all this shit out of your system.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Too bad I'm working at 3.
Yeah, I know.
So I lock it
Okay.
and then go find them.
Okay. It's easy to find. Scarlett's found a nice little area for you guys to crash out and kind of take over. So
Do I find them?
yeah, you can find them as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
Yeah.
'Cause I just went
Before you
wandering.
get into any trouble.
Oh wow.
And it's hard to
Before
get
you
into
get
trouble
into
here
trouble.
because everyone's kind of very much clustered and cloistered. You know, they're all kind of coming from different kind of regions and all with their own traumatic experiences. So it's the place kind of has that feeling of like a way station, you know, people waiting for their turn. The only organized kind of protection would be the Centaurs. They seem to be responsible for protecting both people from getting to Sanctuary as well as inside of Sanctuary.
All right. So we're sitting around our not fire or fire?
Fire.
Not fire?
I mean,
Can we do
there's
fire?
fractures and kind of like fissures and stuff that could draw the smoke up.
Are other people making fires?
Yes, but they're very small and mostly for cooking.
Then we will make a small for cooking fire.
Being a dryad, does the fire still bother me like it would?
Nope.
Weird.
So in this form, you're not afraid of fire.
So I'm not vulnerable to fire in this form.
In this form, you are not correct.
But I'm not going to be fighting in this form because I have no strength.
And you have skin.
Stop it.
I'll say stop again.
Oh, you're really bad at that. That's horrible.
Anyways,
Takes a queen to be a queen.
You get splinter attack. No.
I mean,
I
if
have
you
but one
keep throwing those
claw.
like at me,
Wait.
you're gonna just have so much fun together.
so
Take the queen to be a queen.
we make a little fire. And Jason's too good at that. So I might say something.
That I was raised by a gay man. You're right.
That's precisely what I was thinking. I was not raised by a gay man.
No, you were not. You were raised by a cross-dresser, partially.
I mean, technically, we got married when I was 17.
So your post-adolescent years were facilitated by a cross-dresser.
And I moved out at 20.
So 3 years.
Just saying.
Those are the most influential years ever.
No.
She wears pants. Oh.
He did not. So,
I don't know him usually either. But
you don't at war either.
that's true.
So,
Oh, yeah, it was half that war.
You were Kafka's at war.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're totally getting progress.
I know, right?
Are we?
Totally.
This has been 5 minutes of gameplay.
I know.
Taking
We've
3.5
already been
hours.
sitting here for 34 minutes.
All right. I'm going to pull out the vial or the bottle of Craig's whiskey.
Oh, that's right. You got. I forgot you had that.
As we're sitting around the fire and making food
On a sweet.
Relaxing.
and, passing
Swigs.
But
Gulp.
it's illegal here, right?
I mean, it's not illegal. I mean, it's just,
Just
They outlawed it. Didn't they outlaw alcohol?
Which
Yes.
is why the dwarves are
in the
dead.
town.
So
the
we're
town
only
say that.
little
Well,
bit-
why are you like doing it if
Little
it's illegal?
thimbleful.
it makes you feel
thimbleful.
alive.
Yeah.
Makes Jade's get feel alive.
I'm just all like,
Because
just,
we
you know,
have it.
stab it there. Why are all the
I also have
dwarves
a
dead? Let me
flask.
just remind you.
Because they like alcohol and they took it away from them.
All right. While we're here, I'm gonna talk about So, what do we want to do, guys?
Well, do we take a chance of trying to go back home?
Well, we got to go up to that dark ass moon and find out if we can.
What? We got to get off this rock.
We will be getting off of this rock.
Go to another rock that's got more people now.
Well, we're gonna try and go back to the rock before,
That's right.
and 'cause
Possibly find the house that we left behind.
I wonder how
Well-
much we owe them now.
Why do we need to do this?
If we go back, doesn't matter.
Isn't everybody dead?
Yeah, but if we can go back
You mean go back
in time,
time?
Mhm. if it's possible.
We could write them.
Just imagine what's out there. We got we have a ship.
We got to go back.
You
We
can
can call that
pilot it.
Plan B.
I can pilot it. Plan B, if it doesn't work, then yes. Plan B is we take off and find another rock to live on.
The
Okay.
pouring continues in the container with the whiskey.
Little shots. Like little shots.
Not with these
Do
conversations.
you give a shot to Willa?
No, Willa doesn't drink.
No, she doesn't. But she's currently something else, and she doesn't know what she is right now. She's very confused.
Sephora doesn't drink either.
Is that what your pimp said last time?
So
My pimp said I can't anymore.
I'm
Now,
gonna
you guys
slap
are just on that shit. I don't know if I want to go back with you people.
So
They're
if
just
we
jealous
go-
because that pip was
Drop me off on a rock and then go back and do whatever you guys got to do.
If we go back, if we can go back, how far back do we want to try and go if we have a choice? Do we want to try and go back to before Jerry was kidnapped?
When the Yanti ruled the world.
Um,
Don't worry, it'll be good for you.
I don't think I want to go back to when the Yanti ruled. Wait,
With
the Yanti
Keontae.
ruled the world? Do I know the Yanti ruled the world at one point?
Never ruled the
Oh,
world.
okay.
They'd like to.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
It's like how vampires secretly control the world for their blood, right?
I thought that was mice.
Blood donations.
Okay. So, if we have a choice and we go back to before we lost Jerry, that's before we met Sephora too. So I don't know if that would
Make her
be
disappear.
possible. We may only be able to go back to the point where we left.
Oh, so I might not even exist.
You'll still exist. You just won't be with us,
You'll be
or
in a
you'll be
bar.
there twice.
Create a paradox.
Oh, I got
Just
You know
don't
how
touch
hard-
yourself. Just don't touch
Do-
yourself.
Do you know how hard it
I
was
have
to
a
get to that
brilliant idea.
shithole to begin with?
How about we go back to that mine that we fled?
When did you lose this Jerry person?
Soon before we met Sephora, did we lose Jerry? Was it 2
It was
days?
in the forest where you guys went to
It
the
was like-
the oak
I
grove.
thought it was like
Couple
half a
weeks.
day. I thought it was like half a day, half a day's travel or a day and a half's travel. to-
Yeah, so about 2
Yeah.
days.
Great, I'll
days.
be a barmaid again.
And while you guys went
Let's
in
see.
search of her grove.
I love how they think time travel works the way they think it works.
No, I don't know how time travel works. My character has no idea how time
I
travel
don't know how it
works.
works either, and I don't want to like not exist.
But I'm trying to, if we have options, I
Or
want
be a
to talk
barmaid
about
again.
options before,
Mhm.
if it's possible.
If it's
I could hop a
possible, I
ship
think we should
to
go back to
another
that
rock right
mine.
now. You guys can go do what
save
you're
the
gonna do.
I'm so not worried about that mine. It's a lost milestone. It's not-
Let's go back and hit every milestone we
If
missed.
that would be the case, then we would stop the boulder from rolling.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going back all the way to the boulder. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, you're all beginning to take away all your hit points.
Because we don't know where Jerry went.
No, we don't.
after he was, and if we're gonna,
Because we left
Right.
him. That was the one point where we actually left him by himself. No.
Wow. She put my boulder in
That
the
might
drawing.
be a possibility if we can find that pivot point,
Where's-
because
Where's Jerry right now?
that
up
would
on the
be
Dark Moon.
that would be an area that
Why
if
didn't
we
you
didn't,
just go get him?
if we went back to that same point where we never really left him.
Because none of us were there when he left.
We'd all gone exploring different ways.
So if it's possible, we go back, we
Well,
grab
about
him
it, yeah.
before that dude grabs him.
Mm-hmm.
I paid
While
good
they're
money for you
talking, I'm gonna
to
carve a
protect
little
me. What
rock
did you
into
do?
the shape of a dice and like put a 20. We're gonna roll for it. How about that?
So if it's possible, because I don't know what is going to be possible, and we're not potentially going to have time to talk about it.
Yeah.
In the spur, in the heat of the moment, because Jason won't let us.
I just hope we don't turn into a big ball of yarn in the next thing. Or a whale in a flower pot.
That would be neat.
I don't want to be a flower pot.
Figure it out as
Okay.
we go.
Should be a
If
ball
that's the
yarn.
case, then
That way we can explore string theories.
Okay, so we're going to become a ball of yarn.
damn
and we're
orcs
going
are
to
smart in
mix,
this world.
Got it. We have a path. Okay, let's go. Everyone into the wasp.
I thought we were sleeping.
We are.
We're gonna need to take a nap.
Joking.
And then we'll all head back to the wasp.
Yeah, I need to get spell slots back.
All right. So anybody want to do anything before clicking off our long rest?
I am going to, before we sleep, I want to study my book, spell book.
I'm gonna just kind of commune with the planet.
do they have like a map of this? Do they have a map of where all the other rocks are out there?
Not that you were immediately told, but they might.
I'm gonna ask.
Which one was I working on?
You can go find someone to chat.
Yeah,
with
possibly a
about that?
Thomas guide. You know,
I think it'd be
we're at
investigation.
B4. Okay, on page 57.
Also,
we need to
we
get
need
to-
to get the stats of who won.
Now, you talking about the
for the
world
last
in
year.
general, or
No, out
kind of
there
sporting
when we
event?
go up to that moon. And what else is out there besides the moon? Where's
yeah,
everything at?
I mean, you can go look around, see if you can find something if you want.
I'll be doing that all night or something, or
Depends.
I'll just go to sleep.
I mean, you could give it a shot if you want.
I can go with you.
Might find
I haven't even said anything. I'm thinking this shit.
I thought you were getting up to leave.
I'm looking at the spell book for Magic Mansion.
Okay. Give me investigation.
I'm good. I'll just go to sleep.
Anybody else? Everyone good?
Just doing my meditation, trying to stretch my senses out as far as possible.
Okay.
You were,
What'd you get
sounds
for
like you were about to
investigation?
do something.
Oh, you're
Stretch
talking
it out
about
toward me.
Oh, yeah.
You're about to do something. You gotta something.
Mm.
Release the chaos. What did you want to do?
30-20? Okay. You have a good, successful night of studying it. You figure maybe a couple more sessions like that, you'll learn Magic Mansion.
I'm working on learning Magic Mansion.
So everybody ends up going to sleep during your meditative condition, which, whether you're a treant or your dryad form, you begin to discover that in dryad form, your nature awareness is a lot more potent, a lot more in tune, because in your treant form, it was more limited to the organics of the world. But in your dryad form, you're beginning to discover that you have an innate connection to all flora and fauna within about a 5-mile range of where you currently are.
Not just flora, but fauna. as
Yeah,
well.
like you're beginning to realize that small creatures, small animals, oddly enough, they're still flourishing quite nicely in most of these regions, with the exception of towards where all the gas mines are being utilized. But nature feels very different. It's gone through a very traumatic shift. There's no sense that nature is a dominant kind of perspective of the world anymore, which leads you to believe that a lot more of the world is destroyed than maybe even those that are here truly understand. And maybe their information is limited to what they've either experienced or seen, or interacted with others, you get the general feeling that this world is dying, is the feeling that you get.
So it's like what's here is it's like we're the last bastion of the entire planet, and it's like
It just feels that way, whether it's true or not. It just, you get that sense of,
the light is going out.
yeah, you just get
We
that
need
sense of feeling. Yeah.
the sunlight is leaving this planet.
So everybody take your long rest. It is now the beginning of day 3. Since you're
Anything that you like to do? Well,
yeah, you just blinked.
I was gonna make a joke for during the time. It's like before we actually slept. I was hoping to practice animate the dead, but basically my thought was I want to see if someone's like eating a roasted chicken or something, and
You want to play with a dead chicken
Yeah.
before you go to sleep?
pretty much-
Okay. That's pretty easy for you to pull off. You eventually go over to like a pit fire where they're just like prepping food.
chicken
And
wing attacks person like the.
and you just spend an hour or so mimicking a dead chicken all over the place. And after a while, you know, some of the other children that are here, you know,
Getting giggles.
yeah,
out of
you
it,
get giggles
watching.
out of them as it's kind of moving around the place. And
Terrifying.
yeah. you-
Hello, my baby.
you
That would
grasp-
just
Hello,
like piss
my
off the chef. It's like they think they just killed the chicken, but the chicken's still running.
Get the chicken, get the chicken.
I broke its neck. It's still not dead.
They wonder why Exandria is in ruins.
Obviously, it's not our fault.
It's not our fault.
Absolutely not.
Morning of day 3,
Go back.
you guys
We're
all
killing
wake
Connor.
up,
We're killing Connor.
and you wake up to the sound of a community of people waking up, including the sound of maybe 4 or 5 dozen individuals gradually being led up into the launching bays up above into the higher portions of the fortress. They are carrying bags and all their possessions like they're about to be shipped off somewhere.
Hi, lady with the crazy chickens. No.
I want to see where they're going.
There's a few that walk by Belladonna.
There's a magic conch that told me to do it. No.
Where is it?
You're gonna follow
Jerry
them for
has
it?
Fuck, Jerry had the conch.
Yep. I had the conch.
Yeah,
I was still
Jerry did have
attached
the
to
conch.
I thought it was so funny because I couldn't get rid of it. Well, guess what is actually in charge now? Not even Jerry. 'Cause Jerry asked it what to do every time.
Brilliant.
What if that's how you became the
You go.
leader?
Should I destroy that city?
Yeah.
Probability is
Probably
yes,
is
but
yes.
everything hates you.
I can deal
No,
with
my
that.
conch was truly demonic. Just-
It was. So you follow the crowd up to the
Yeah.
loading platforms? Okay. Anybody else?
Chickens.
I'm gonna regret this if we get into a battle, but I actually want to test to see if I can grow into my giant tree form while I'm in my dryad form. My giant tree form.
Can you?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, magic.
Oh, we have the necklaces.
Yeah, see, the necklace is keeping me in my dryad form, but I don't know if I can take my giant tree form.
Good point.
Instead of doing
So
it, why
I-
don't you
I
just
wanna-
try to
I would
sense
so
it?
I would
Giant
say at
dragon.
some
What?
point in the morning you try to transform and you realize you cannot.
It's
You
going
want to
to
try
be some.
taking the necklace off?
Yeah.
When you take the necklace off,
Mhm.
you are able to transform into your tree form,
Mhm.
but it feels
Unnatural.
yeah, it feels dangerous.
Feels dangerous to do so. Like the wild magic might affect me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So fighting right now is going to be very
Really
dangerous
crack
thing to
thing
do.
that I love.
Or challenging, depending on your perspective.
I have
Spells, bold and dryad form, pick it off. Sight fighting with my sword.
I'm gonna crap myself now.
There'll be a lot
Is
of.
that the sugar-free ones? Darn. Give him the sugar-free ones. He'll love them.
I just asked him if he wanted to sit down.
I need to go ask the leaders if I can get one of those things that for cat collars, like
Extendable.
the easy to rip off things.
So before you follow the crowd up to the landing platform, while everyone else is kind of lingering back in the campsite,
Making breakfast.
you follow them upwards towards the platform. They get gathered on a section of the platform. You eventually see a very large ship land on the platform. It's almost like it's in the shape of a more traditional kind of like wooden vessel, but it's got strange angular designs. And when it lands, 2 gangways lower. And then you watch as the 3 or 4 dozen individuals just kind of gradually go up onto the vessel. Gangways kind of roll close, and then you watch it take off and leave off the landing platform.
Is there anybody around?
Give me perception as you look around to see if there's anyone nearby.
Jesus Christ. I go back downstairs and eat breakfast.
Roll 1 twice.
I got 3 and a 5.
Yeah, no one's lingering about. You eventually just kind of see people going about doing their own thing. I mean, there are people here, but I mean, no one of significance as far as you can tell.
I'll go back downstairs.
Okay.
I'm sitting around eating breakfast, but I'm kind of scanning the area because the gentleman who I sparred with the night before gave me a bad feeling.
Mhm.
So I'm
You gonna go look for him?
I'm gonna clandestinely.
Okay.
Look
You can give me a
around
perception
the area.
check as you're just kind of looking about to see
Make
if
sure
anything's
he's not-
interesting or see if that person's around.
2 10s. So let's see. Perception.
Should I just wipe off this entire part of the map? This doesn't exist now.
You don't know that yet.
What my commuting with
Say
nature
12.
didn't tell me that.
12.
Well, I mean, there are some new faces here. You have no luck tracking him down specifically. But you get the feeling that some of the people you're seeing look like people that may never truly intend to leave. They just seem to linger about. Either you get the feeling that the people you're seeing are the people that help contact people who are trying to smuggle themselves out. That's what you're seeing. But you don't see the familiar face of the person that you sparred with.
No untoward interest toward our group.
Space cabins.
No, not particularly, as far as you can tell.
I'm just really
Space
wary.
Okay.
Yeah, just by his reactions.
That's fair.
Especially since he asked if we had a ship.
No, he was looking for a pilot.
That's right, he was looking for a pilot.
He was looking for a pilot.
Look what I can do. Some chicken.
Figure it.
No times before he gets back and Scarlet gets back. Bella's over there puppeteering an undead chicken.
Do it again. This time I put a log just from the that was next to the wood pile for the fire. Okay, animate that.
That's a good question.
Because she sees
The bite.
trees as dead people.
Hold on, I'm pretty sure that's a different spell.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the
Racist.
chicken
like
dancing
bells.
around the piece of wood.
Just a little
Ball
dancing chicken.
Dancing undead chicken.
Hey.
No
That's
wonder
a
this planet was
racist
destroyed.
spell, guys.
All that, we
Shake
didn't
your
get the right
breasts,
one.
baby.
Like there's pieces of desiccated flesh on the chicken with tassels.
Gets worder. There's more of them throwing gold coins.
Before it's like, this is the group that I decided to be with.
I don't even know what it's from, but for some reason.
The Yanti
Animate
suicidal
support.
backs.
All right, so we get all packed up and are we headed to our ship
Yes.
to try and figure out
things.
moon?
Let's go before
Let's
someone
go.
makes chickens dance again.
No time like the past.
No time like the past. Let's go.
Okay, so you guys head up towards the landing platform.
Yeah.
Ivory's patiently waiting inside. Trundle's off to go pee first and then back on.
Making sure we're not being followed.
Check the
Next
ship.
thing you know it, there goes my chicken.
Slurps the bone up.
Check
You guys
the
all
ship.
load up onto the vessel.
Yep.
And we're heading up towards the moon at this point. Is that the plan?
Yep.
Feel yourself attuned to the vessel. 6 of the orientation ships or the seats, and all the kind of crystalline windows drop around you, giving you the immediate kind of like 360-degree spherical area that you're in.
And I'm proficient in it now.
You are, so it only costs you a single spell slot for the day to operate and run the ship.
They're not spell slots.
Costs you a spell.
Yes.
Oh, you feel the vessel
Damn it. I might as well just change
float
one of my,
out of the landing bay.
change one of my slots to pilot ship.
And you guys are now hovering over the valley entrance of Sanctuary.
Okay.
Give me survival with advantage as you begin to.
If I already have advantage on survival, do I get a triple advantage?
No, but I'll lower the DC.
Okay.
Let her roll 3 dice. Come on, it's so fun.
It's not how triple advantage works.
15.
15? Although that would be a clever way to do triple advantage.
Roll 3 dice.
yeah,
That's
so
kind of
you-
what I was thinking.
Taking a look at the way that the vessel absorbs all the nearby landscape and then redisplays it for you to kind of interpret. It's kind of like illusionary magic from the way your mind works with it. It's not true like real life technology for the most part. It's almost as if the ship is just giving you an illusionary representation of the immediate area. But it's also showing you the fact that there are other vessels that are kind of moving in and out of the nearby area. You would also have recalled that the mechaniques are kind of all the ones that are in charge of these different regions.
Does the vessel have a cloaking device?
Not that you know of.
Okay.
But you can see.
We made it turn invisible before.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
we
did you?
turned invisible before we went into
Yes, we did.
Vasselheim.
Before we went to Vasselheim. Yeah.
It was
Yes,
like
but
camouflage. I think we made it look like a cloud or something. I don't know if it was invisible.
yeah, you parked it in a copse of the garden space
Yeah, but
trees.
when we were coming down, so we didn't want anybody to notice us.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember
do.
if you did or not.
It was either a cloaking or it was like a camouflage, like it made it look like a cloud. I can't remember.
What?
But I remember
No,
there was
it's
some way
camouflage.
we got into
Was it
the
camouflage?
city.
No.
No, I think it might have been invisible.
It was invisible.
But if it was,
But
there's a
we
reason
couldn't
why it
park it.
doesn't work now, though.
Okay.
Can't remember.
We
Yeah,
broke it.
years.
So I think it's not that you broke it, it's just it's part of the attunement of magic of the world.
Mhm.
And once again,
Oh, wild magic.
not
Yeah. Okay.
effective.
It might work invisible like that, but right now we can't make it invisible.
So your current height puts you over the Sundered region.
Okay.
You can see Rudis, Kathia, and the Void Moon all off in different.
Sundered region is basically Vasselheim.
Well, I mean, from this height in the region that you're in, I mean, you guys are in western Issylra. I mean, off in the east, you can see the landmass keeps going off towards the east. So it's not like there's nothing there. I mean, a lot of the wildlands are there. The only difference is every now and then you see those huge tripod-like machines kind of coursing through the different wild regions. I mean, you're probably...
Freaking great.
I mean, the last time you guys traveled in this ship, it took an hour from Vasselheim to get towards the east.
Mhm.
So, I mean, if you wanted to go back to Vasselheim, you could
No.
if you
We gotta
wanted
go
to.
straight out.
I was more Vasselheim the broken.
That's how we screwed up last time.
Yeah. No, we're gonna go
Obviously, if we go back,
If
it'll
we go
just
straight
fix
across,
And
it
I'm-
screwed everything up. If we
making-
go to the moon in the back.
making sure that I'm not, changing time, making it take a year or something.
Okay.
I'm proficient in it now. It's better.
That's
And you
fair.
don't
So
have a
you guys are
stone.
gradually getting higher and higher
We
and
don't have a
higher and
stone.
higher.
I don't have.
You
a
can
stone.
see the thin atmospheric change as you can look down to see kind of like much more of a larger representation of the continent and the world itself. By the time you get up to this point, you begin to realize that the majority of the eastern region of Issylra is in various states of flooding. And it's also covered in heavy ice sheets as well, including the flooding. But by the time you get into Exandria wild space, that familiar large void moon is there. It's much smaller than Rudis and Kathia, but it's still there. It's, you know, everything you remember from being there before, everything you remember from, you know.
On my screen, can I zoom in?
Sure.
Zoom in.
Yeah. Into the void moon.
Enhance.
Yeah.
Enhance.
Yeah.
Enhance.
Give me perception as you do that with advantage because you're using the ship to kind of give you a better
Perception. So
viewpoint.
can I roll 3 dice? Natty 20.
Woo!
For 20.
For total, how much?
20.
Okay. The surface of it is very different.
Okay.
Um,
Because before the dark side looked like it was a different
yeah.
place.
Right now, you're looking at the light side of the void moon,
Uh-huh.
and it's a very, very bizarre structure that you can see.
Does it look like Jerry's ass cheeks?
Don't tempt me.
It's all flat back there.
It's
The shape of a conch.
It's a giant.
you guys.
purple color.
Well, you guys all remember what the beholder looked like, right?
Mhm.
It looks like a massive representation of beholder that is sitting on the surface, and it's all made of rock. It looks like a beholder effigy, like only the eye stalks are peaks. The mouth and eye, you can see ships floating in and out of it. You can also see the remnants. It looks like a very familiar remnant of the dreadnought head is currently on the surface of the moon, and it looks like a lot of smaller vessels and other things are harvesting it. It's almost like it almost looks like Nowhere from Guardians of the Galaxy. It's just not that massive.
And the dreadnought was inside the moon last time.
Mm-hmm. It was.
So they basically harvested the moon.
Does it look like they're carving it out, or is there
Looks like
the
they're.
moon? Not the
Well, you
head.
don't see any superficial damage done to the moon.
So the moon, the outside of the moon, still kind of looks.
As far as you can remember, it doesn't look any different, other than the fact that there's this new massive structure built.
Beholder.
You know, this beholder structure effigy. It's big enough that it almost looks like a large city, like the remnants of a large city. But it does look like it crashed into the surface of the moon. Like it doesn't look like the moon has been altered. It looks like something very large just settled.
placed on the moon.
Yeah, just settled into it, which created this like huge valley-like crater around it. You would see lots of ships coming and going, and currently there is a ship slowly flying towards you.
Man, battle stations.
Do you
Red alert, red
remember
alert.
the lie from last time?
Raven pin?
Don't get cocky, kid.
Eventually, you just watch as this ship is like the shape of a firefly, dragonfly. Huge mechanical wings and kind of like the body of the dragonfly just kind of banks around you, and then stops alongside. And this image on one of your screens, your illusionary screens.
Can they see it too?
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, they can see it.
Can they see us?
You see like this ape-faced creature. I don't really have a registry for your vessel. Who is this? And what are you doing in mechanic space?
Hold on, I'm trying to remember what was the line from last
we
we
were on
said-
a secret mission.
We're a
Lion.
special force for the Gray Lion, and we're
It is Gray Line, right?
yeah
White line.
the White Lion. Sorry,
White Line.
that's a month.
I know, it's the month.
Dreams.
Hey, I can't remember everything. Just the fact that
time. I do that. I love
that
that.
we're under orders to report to. In this case, we might be reported to talk to Jerry specifically, because that's where we're trying to. That's who we're trying to get to.
Jerry. Our findings.
That's who
Secret
we're trying to.
mission. What? All that.
What?
I'm just saying that's where we're trying to get to, anyways, right?
At least my charisma is not negative.
Can I bat my eyes and give her advantage?
Check out old notes.
To up my my numbers on my diplomatic.
Well, are you the only one that can
Proactions.
talk to him? Because you might want to use somebody with a high charisma.
Can you always use
points.
if you have heroic actions, you can always use them too.
Mhm.
Maybe
I have
You did get-
heroic points.
Maybe
you have a nat 20.
someone with an 18 charisma.
What's that?
I said maybe someone with an 18 charisma.
I mean,
Still
you did great
Willow,
with the
though.
golden pin last time.
You have an 18 charisma.
Hmm.
Don't get us killed.
Don't get us killed.
So I will gesture to
Pinochet.
Our diplomat.
I'm gonna slide the raven pin to our diplomat.
Our diplomat on board.
Don't get us killed.
Our lawyer.
Sorry, Vessel, you're not in our registry. Who are you? I'm not going to ask again.
We're on a secret mission for the Emperor.
He's called the Emperor, right?
Before you remember, the monkey looks a little confused and go, we weren't aware that any of those vessels have been discharged lately. Do you have the countersign?
Oh. This is all we should need.
Oh, yeah. That is one of those more. You know what? Let me escort you to landing bay 12. Get you there quicker. And then begins to pull in front of you as you guys are now slowly.
Fire! Photon torpedoes! I spit at thee.
Are slowly being led
All right.
towards one of the eye stalk peaks that's kind of up in the middle, right above the huge representation of the eye of the beholder. And that's when you realize that the whole front of that part of the stonework is see-through kind of crystalline rock, almost it's almost clear enough to be windows. And standing in one of the window panes with their arms crossed, looking out at the two vessels coming nearest the landing bay. For those of you that recognize him,
I'm
it's
gonna
Jerry.
enhance.
Yeah, you're like.
Well, I know, but have they seen me as a gray?
No.
They've only seen me as a hobbit.
No, so this particular halfling form of Jerry.
No, I've seen you once like that. It was when we were at the library. You panicked. I've seen you with your.
Yeah, you're right.
That's true.
Yeah, you're true,
That was
true,
just
true.
like-
I will say because you
Did pull a
recognize
little
the
gray
form
man.
that he's in.
Great.
Little
There's
gray man.
two things you pick up on as everyone's just staring shell shocked at this image. Sephora doesn't know who Jerry
He's got a
is,
purple
so
conscience.
There's a purple conch attached to the side of the head.
they are wearing bright yellow and red clothes. The skin that's exposed that you can see stitch work, almost like they were sewn back together. So you can see a perfect stitch around their neck.
Like still
Um,
stitched, or is it scars?
Hard to tell from this distance. But they're wearing red and yellow. They have this ridiculously long and huge cape on, to the point where his small form, it's like a wedding train
Yeah.
beyond him.
Right. The little
And he's
robots
just
carrying
got
the
his
ends.
arms crossed, and he's staring at the damselfly and your wasp as it's being kind of flown right over him. And then you lose track of him as you're brought into the loading bay. And both of your ships land inside the platform.
Loading bay what?
12.
Not Hans loading bay. Just kidding.
Shit, guys. Shit. Okay.
Well,
you need
I
to
got us
grow
here.
your hood up and pretend you are not a dwarf and
You need to change
you
the
need
color
to
of your
stay
skin.
in the car.
You stay in the car.
With Ivory.
You two stay here out of sight.
You need to stay in the car.
Mara's like, hey, Ivory, you want to go for a ride?
I don't think we have anything that will make you look different.
I could put some leaves on him, maybe.
Do we have any helmets we can put on them or something?
I would have a
He's still
Holocaust
green.
cloak.
I don't have a Holocaust cloak.
Do you have a polymorph potion?
I have.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Polymorph portions.
I have.
Turn him into a dinosaur.
Two polymorph potions?
No, I have.
I'm pretty sure some of those potions were only half done. I don't
No,
even know
I
if they'll
have-
work.
2 versatile potions, 3 potions of polymorph, 3 failures of polymorph. A lot of strength. There was 2 strengths, 1 super.
Okay, you got the polymorph portions. Down them. Before these guys come on board.
They're not coming on board. We're going off.
So,
But
well, yeah, so far no one's wrapped on the side of the ship. No one's connected with the vessel since you landed.
no, but I'm assuming we were doing this while we were.
That's fair. Yeah.
But
I don't think they like. I definitely don't
Elf?
think they like pets on this planet.
elf, orc. You're easier to hide
Not if Jerry's
with the
running it.
ears.
Mhm.
I mean, you hood. Yeah. Okay.
Assuming they've taken
You
over.
look more dwarf than elf.
They were killed
I'm
off.
All
like
ownership
that.
is punishable by
Dwarfs
death.
were killed off.
Huh?
Dwarfs were killed off.
Dwarfs were killed off.
Mhm.
Right. And you're supposed to be in a sanctuary, not a sanctuary.
Preserve.
Preserve. You're supposed to be in a preserve.
Here's another thing. Assuming Jerry isn't the Jerry that we used to know, and he wants to put us in a frying pan.
I mean, the other Jerry could have wanted. To
I
put us
mean,
in a
yeah,
frying
he
pan,
probably
too.
That's so ham-handed. You'll have them dissected and possibly put like different arms and legs together to see if they work. It's gonna be
What
really
is
fun.
our
Don't
ultimate
forget
goal
probe.
of coming
Yeah,
here?
and probed.
Just, we're
All
looking
of
I
you
need
for.
to see if you're the real Jade.
There's actually a probing station to everybody that comes on board the station. There's a probing
I
sation.
think I did actually.
It's like
learn a
shaped
probe.
like a butt, indentation of a butt.
No, I'm pretty sure way back.
Right.
When, I'm pretty sure I did let you probe me.
I think I'll have it listed. I wrote everything down.
We were looking for a way to get back. Is that you think something that we could find in the lab? Is it something that you think we are going to get from him?
Let's just come up to the dark moon and see if it will work.
I remember one of the guys was telling us about something that would be on the Dark Moon, but I can't remember what it was. There was a reason why we wanted to come up here besides Jerry.
So excited to see Jerry
I'm
again.
glad you know that part of it.
I
I
store
had
most of
something
my
to do
notes in my
with,
brain.
And they did up there with basically everything changed through.
Yeah.
Yeah. The gate. This
There was
It
the
says
belief.
go up to the Shadow Moon Void Asteroid, whatever. And then enter it and try to figure out how to go back in time and fix what we wrote. That was the notes,
That's such a D&D note taking.
right?
I take enough notes to jog my sketchy memory about how things actually went.
That makes sense.
Because I remember like that thing about the invisibility. I just remember that, and that was a year ago.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So we're gonna talk to Jerry. Emperor.
Well, you can
Uh,
fly this thing.
It would kind of blow our cover because we just told the other monkey guy that that's what we were here for.
Right.
What was I looking for again?
Did you probe me?
Oh, right.
She says with a straight face.
I know I had to sleep with one eye open when the first time I met you guys. 'Cause I had to do it was something I had to do a check for it, and I was all like, nope, he didn't do anything to me.
You were honestly hiding in my branches most of the time.
Are you getting
Yeah.
mass?
Oh no, this is the different
Oh wow, it's
Sorry.
already 8:30. How'd that happen?
We were having too much fun.
chicken
know.
dancing,
Chicken dancing.
pets peeing. I don't know. We'll pick one.
Oh my God, Sweet Pea, I thought you were dead.
You know what?
So the way I see it, whoever's going to go talk to Jerry has to find a way to run back here if he decides he wants to kill us. And then we, I guess, try and make our way to the gate and hope for the best.
Anyone want more dip before I put it back in the fridge?
No.
Any more hippy dippies?
Dip the best. Dip, dip, dip.
No, I must not have it with me. Ask.
What, one of your notebooks?
One of my notebooks. Shoot.
Daisy. Sweet Pea, chillax. You're fine.
Yeah, I think she's the only one that let me do that.
You got my DNA after the bug thing, but
Yeah.
it wasn't the same.
It wasn't.
kind of
Yeah, it
probing.
wasn't the same way.
Kind of hard to probe a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just trying to figure out if that.
Jerry was trying though.
He was looking at every knothole he could find.
Yeah.
It's like, doesn't work.
Eye socket.
Okay. She'll be here. She'll be back.
Don't you think it's interesting? She whines when she's not here, but she's totally cool with this.
Yeah, well, she can smell everything. So the only reason she knows that she's gone is because she cannot smell her. That's the only reason she knows.
Look who's here.
Bash,
Bash in the hizzy.
Oh, he's hiding his face. He's being shy.
Well, he hasn't seen you guys in like a
I
month.
can't find my notepads. I must have left it at home.
It's like, why did I get sent back here? What did I do
What's up,
wrong?
Bubba?
It's only been 4
What are
hours.
you doing?
It's getting so big.
Sippy
Stop
cup.
it.
Sippy cup.
I know, well, he's in two
Sippy cup.
T's.
Sippy cup.
Stop getting so big, buddy.
Look at all the hair.
Stop it.
Gotta get a haircut.
You got
He's
it.
having a haircut. Like, Mom, don't embarrass me in front of the nerds. Embarrass
Impossible.
They comb my grandson's hair and it made him look like an old man.
me. You guys in there? Hello?
We were still driving down.
Just a second.
Hello?
We were still driving down when we were talking about all this. Okay, so we're gonna go crazy.
Okay, what do we have to do here now?
Like I was saying, when
Do
you
we
were
need to actually
going
go see this
Callista,
Jerry person or what?
whoever's going to go talk to Jerry, if you find out he's not going to be helpful, I guess you have to book it back to the ship and like fly into the gate and hope for the best.
On the ship, while we're on the ship and while we're flying down, can I scan the
Surrounding area.
surrounding area looking for gate?
I mean, you're like manipulating all of the illusionary representation. As soon as you got into that escort pattern, everything you try to look at, with the exception of your physical being able to see Jerry kind of like staring out of the window, it's just like red zoning kind of illusionary magic, like restricted magic.
So
Like
you're
it's not
saying,
letting you see things.
so you're saying we can't see a big ominous gate of pulsing energy out in the distance?
No,
Unfortunate.
I mean, you don't see an, I mean, physical representation of this.
Jerry's no fool.
What about with my spyglass?
No, nothing out of the ordinary. Except as you're flying in, you look down to see that they're clearly harvesting all the organic and internal organic matter off that massive dreadnought head that you remember seeing down below. And you're coming into a landing platform where there are other ships that are in various states of existence nearby. There are a lot of people moving about. Some look strangely put together. Some look obviously augmented. A lot of these appear to be mechanics pilots.
Did the dragonfly land as well?
Mhm.
Hey guys,
Who really knew Jerry best?
That would be you.
me and Willa.
There's
So,
probably-
Who did he like?
You know, there's probably a reason why my entire race has been.
Eradicated.
Well, no, you've been put in a special preserve,
Yeah,
sure.
contained
yeah, we've been
for his
All right.
entertainment.
Polyjuice. Polyjuice.
It's just fun because we can technically just.
Yeah, if it falls off, you're dead.
Do you look? How much like a dwarf does she look? I mean,
Elder than dwarf.
I mean, she's
Like a child?
She's she's taller than dwarves, shorter than humans, a little more stouter than a normal.
I
person.
mean, for the most part, she doesn't look like either.
okay.
I mean,
That's the weird
she
part.
doesn't have a
she
beard.
looks, I mean, she doesn't look dwarf and she doesn't look elf. So
Okay.
she might be able to pass.
She looks
I mean,
halfling.
Okay.
Sorry,
So you're good?
I don't know
She's
about
taller than a
halfling.
halfling.
a stouter halfling.
No, because halflings are shorter than dwarves.
Yeah, they're pretty short.
And she's
The
taller
shortest
than-
of the lineages would be gnomes,
A
but
tall foot.
Gnomes and goblins.
gnomes and goblins would be pretty small.
Okay, so you definitely
Varies.
need.
Polyjuice.
Question is, what do you want them to look like?
What do you want to look like?
No, you'll be the elephant in the room.
We already have an
All right,
an elvenant.
An elven.
focus.
I'll just look like a large human. I mean, that's not a stretch.
Are humans
There you go.
alive? Humans are alive. Humans are alive.
You've
Right?
seen them. I mean,
Humans aren't alive.
they're
Think
not.
of the monkey.
I mean, honestly, looking at what you can see in the landing bay, it's quite a
Some humans
mixed
just-
representation. The
Clean.
humans don't appear to be the dominant form for the most part.
Okay.
What looks to be most dominant? Can we investigate?
You can give me a insight check.
Anyone want to help me look at this? See what's...
I will help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to do that. I'll be helpful. I'm sorry, I can't.
What'd that
reach
thing
the
look
button.
like that was talking to us? A gorilla?
No, it's it looks like a blonde chimpanzee, but with very
Wow,
humanoid
that's
features.
2 natural ones. I don't know myself.
16, that's why she's not helping me.
Okay.
Her eyes just, oh, they're gone.
What specifically are you looking
I have
for?
advantage.
What
on
looks like to
insight.
be the more like in charge of
That's
raised out? Like what
amazing.
what person seems to be like in?
There are some elven individuals, quite a few, but they have a very different sylvan feature about them.
Space elves?
They're very heavily celestially tattooed. They come in blues and pinks and purples as a normal skin color. Their hairs are a variety of colors.
It's a troll.
Space
mhm.
elves?
It's just troll.
No, they look like elves, but they look more actuated.
I
Like,
was thinking like pink haired trolls. Like
yeah, they just seem a little bit more over the top, a
Okay,
little bit more
so-
flamboyant.
He's just gonna go a really tall human, really tall buff human.
And there are the occasional human that you can see. But I will say this much.
You can look like
All
a
the
monkey.
humans that you're seeing are wearing the standards and colors of the ravens.
That works because we have a raven pin.
We're not all.
okay, so
Yeah.
see human, cool. They keep looking at human, keep looking at human, keep looking at human.
Watch as Morrow turns into
Big dwarf human.
a very large human.
Hulk.
Just just kind of wearing a big kind of like surface robe and cloak and just trying to just look as like indescribable as possible. Kind of he watches the last of his tusks pull back up into his jawline.
Mark the time. All right, let's go.
Have an hour till it wears off. The gangway folds down. The Hoganese are apes for the most part. They have a prehensile tail, but they also walk in a very kind of humanoid-like fashion. They have the kind of like doughy chimpanzee facial features and eyes, but this one that's kind of waiting for the group of you to kind of come down the ramp. Yeah. So, by the way, when you see Emperor Jerry, would you let him know that I brought you?
Your name?
My name's Grim.
Grim.
Yeah.
Will do.
Oh, awesome. That's great. I'm always trying to. His teams get the best work. Were you guys over on the light side, or were you over on the Kathia fort? Where'd you come from? Oh, you know what? You're right. Secret missions are important. Here, follow me. And he begins to lead you near the back of the landing bay,
Well, what did he say? He said the light side or the what?
Dark side.
No, the Kathia.
or the Kathia fortress.
Okay.
Right side of the Kathia Fortress.
And then begins to lead you towards the very nice structured,
Keep that
hallway.
Yeah, I keep the helmet on,
Okay.
and I make sure that the door shuts.
Okay. Are you leaving Ivory on the ship? Or are you taking Ivory with you?
Jerry doesn't like
Owning of pets is instant execution.
Like, in fact, as you're thinking about what to do with Ivory, you get to the entry point, and the Grin kind of goes, "Oh, sorry. Any of you have pets or spritlings or any kind of creatures with you?" And then you realize that there's all these "No Pets Allowed" signs all over the beginning of the hallway.
I tell Ivory to stay because Jerry doesn't like pets. I tell
Okay.
Ivory to stay.
Ivory
It's
just
my
heads back
allergies.
over towards the ship.
It's my
Do
allergies.
strange talking skulls count as a pet?
Yes, but it's still in your pocket.
You don't have pockets.
It's probably in my pocket.
I'm pretty sure it's still
Maybe in your
attached to my
prison
shoulder.
pocket.
I just haven't asked
No.
any
It's
questions.
currently with the other skull in the bag in my bag.
Well,
The
who's got
skull.
the?
Cobalt?
No, who's got the pirate skull?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I
my
thought
skull.
you were talking
It
about.
sits on your
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah.
It's just it was embedded there,
Yeah,
but when it just disappear when she changed, she turned
into
her skin.
her.
I mean, it's still there.
Yeah.
It's a talking shoulder
Oh,
at
what
this
happened?
point.
It's probably
turned
just got
into four
vines wrapped around
goldfish?
it or something.
I mean, where are we? What are we doing here? It's just nattering and okay, I'll be quiet. Yeah.
Your jewelry.
You're pretty to look
Jewelry
at.
should be
As you guys
seen
enter
and
the
not heard.
hallway,
Your eye candy.
as you guys enter the hallway, you begin to notice artwork in the hallway.
Oh, what does the artwork look like?
It's
Oh,
various
Jerry.
states of conquest of Jerry.
And then
I'm
the
thinking-
conch shell just
Um,
moving different places.
Are
No,
we-
the conch shell's actually worn around his neck.
Oh, of course.
And it's like almost like a gaudy kind of like disco medallion with like his lapels pulled open, and one point he's got his foot rested on the head of a giant dragon. He's like, and it says Conqueror Jerry, and then describes the location, and it's just him meeting like a strange group of people, and that talks about how he brought the great peace amongst different worlds. And then another painting of him like leading this fantastical charge, up a mountain with like hundreds of his soldiers behind him, and he's just like charging up the mountain. It's this over the top life story that for those of you that know Jerry, you're just like, oh, this is bullshit. None of this is real.
Is there a boulder behind it?
Yeah.
Wow, Jerry really changed after we
And
lost contact.
You eventually end up into this like huge waiting chamber where all of these different species and entities, like totally right out of Men in Black, right? Where
I thought it
they're
was like a trophy room.
they're
like
just
little
they're
things.
all meandering around patiently, and they're all wearing dignitary clothing. Like you could tell they're representatives of different places and organizations and guilds. You could see traders and guild masters and members. You could see a group of the Ravens kind of walking by, talking about recent writing materials and what they've been working on, and librarians moving about, like the representation of an unending just sea of creatures and beings located here. Grin looks, well, this is as far as I can go. The receptionist is right up there. She'll help you out.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well. Wow. Agents of Jerry. That's pretty cool. This is gonna
Sounds like a TV
sound.
show.
This is gonna sound really strange, but can I take a quick sketch of all of you? I gotta show it to my kids. I mean,
Unfortunately, we're not allowed to.
all right. Hey, tucks it away. Well, yeah, it's good meeting you, and just kind of turns to head back towards the landing bay. What are you guys doing?
Thanks, Steve.
His name's Grim. Grim. Thank you, Grim. Ignore her.
Yeah, kind of hard to. She's kind of hot. Okay, bye.
She'd also eat you alive. And I walk on to the receptionist.
All of you here off to your left. Well, don't you look familiar?
Oh shit! It's gone.
For you see a familiar looking.
Is it your pimp?
You see a familiar looking dignitary from the coin changers party,
Oh.
Okay.
the one that you
Yeah.
Spent the
spent the night with.
Yeah.
Well, I can't believe you survived. This is amazing.
Why, hello.
How are you? Where you been?
I'm doing well.
Saw you about a year ago.
Yeah.
These your friends?
It's only 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's 9 months since the craziness.
What are you doing
11
here?
months since we left.
What are you doing here?
Well, I work for the line now. Got to go where you can still get some food off the table and coin in your purse.
What's he doing?
Oh, well, he pretty much runs the mechanics. Him and the Ravens. This whole thing is their thing. Yeah.
And they're under the Emperor?
Well, we don't really call him that, although he does like to be called that. He's an interesting person, but certainly showed me a lot of interesting things. It's a big world out there. A lot more opportunity to make money.
Okay.
So
you're waiting to see him right now?
Yeah. I've got, supposedly we're going to get an appointment with him pretty soon. We'll get an opportunity to meet him. Yeah. What's he getting into? Bass, what's up? Is he going after the cords?
No, he's trying to throw things everywhere.
Oh, well, yeah. He does have a right arm. Put a boob in his mouth. He'll calm down.
So you staying here? Or?
Yeah. I'm over in the fourth peak, 18th floor.
Oh, okay.
What's the layout of the land here?
What's your
Yeah, I'm looking around and
what's your social life like right now?
Oh, mostly just trying to get to the asteroid. I want to get there. It's called the Grotto.
Where's that?
Oh, I've been told it's a good week away. So, 400-500 million miles from here.
Why do you want to get there?
Oh, lots of good shit going there. Yeah, it's a good crossroads. Everything you want to know about the Astral Sea there, boy.
Okay, well.
You with anybody? I mean, you're clearly hanging out with these folk here.
My taste went much higher than that. You know that.
Well, that's true. Although you didn't really say much before you left.
Well,
Just kind of failed.
Well, it wouldn't bother you. I wouldn't be one of those people.
Yeah, I miss my footman. He didn't make it, unfortunately.
Mm.
Lost track of him. I think he unfortunately died in the floods.
Yeah, it's funny how one of the people you want to have survive don't, and some of the people that
Yeah, they're
do survive, you don't want them to.
yeah.
So,
It's a good point you're making.
things like that
A
happen.
little cringy, but yeah.
But I'm glad to
You've
see you.
always been a little bit on the dark side, right?
Well,
Ah.
you've been with me.
I'm just
Do you
imagining her
remember his
actually
name?
eating chips while this is happening. like totally
I'm amazed
nonchalant.
if you can remember his name.
is it William?
Is it William?
Is it William? Doug?
What-
Steve?
What?
Stove.
Her pimp's name?
No, the one she slept with.
Certainly not Burt Renault.
Oh God, please don't remember me. I don't remember that.
Not Gertie, is it?
Yeah, so you're not got it.
And that was a while ago, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm already back at like session 26.
It was just after I was given the idea to kill William Conifer. Then I went off path and took bad advice from somebody. Let's see, milk
Douglas
with the
Greaveston.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Douglas Graveston.
Is that what you said at all?
Totally what I said.
Just double checking to see if I have it.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. I have the name of the guard at the coin strikers.
Because he was,
Yeah.
he was your pimp.
No, actually, it was
It
the
It was his butler.
butler. It was Douglas.
I just put met wealthy gen. Oh, Bara Gazar.
Oh yeah. Okay, there it is, right
Bara
there.
Gazar.
Yep.
Well, Bara, you're on the 18th floor of the what?
Third.
18th floor of the fourth peak.
Of the fourth peak. Okay. Well, you'll be settling down sometime this evening.
I think so. After meeting with His Holiness.
Are you going to make it today? There's a lot of people here.
Yeah, well, I'm number 42, so they're currently on 36 right now. So just might.
Okay.
How long does the
I'll be
audience
seeing
go
you.
for?
Yeah, it's good to see you, Sephora.
Good to
Very
see
good
you.
to see you. Oh, by the way, coin strikers didn't make it.
Ah,
Yeah,
shucks.
telling me. The amount of wealth that we were able to recover from their guild houses and their vaults. Yeah. Helix Ward, man, and Conifer. Whew, they got power now.
Yeah.
If you if you and your friends ever decide you want to, be with an organization, White Lion is still the best choice to make. Really is.
Okay.
But
I'll keep it in
hey,
mind.
good meeting all of you. Strange look on that one.
She's a freak. Don't worry about it.
Oh, is she an augment?
I think so. Some kind of
Ugh.
thing happened to it.
Okay, we have to
She
go.
got changed.
You're with a strange group, Sephora. Ah, good point.
Yes.
Well,
That's right.
good meet. Yeah, good
Seeing you.
and kind of both give each other those flirtatious looks of see you later, and
Mhm.
you go
Yeah.
kind of
See
go
you
up
later.
towards as you go up towards the you just hit his head.
Oh.
He finally gets calm and you slam him into the table.
He's okay. He's okay.
Tell you your mom's still not home yet with CJ.
No, they're keeping her another
You
night.
broke the
One more
table,
night.
buddy.
Did you break my table?
You
Want to come
broke the
see
table.
Dada? Want to come see Dada?
Well, you can't play with Mom's math rocks.
God, it's
All right.
so big.
I just got fixes. I
So you got to start weaving and winding your way through the different groups of people. The receptionist is not human or humanoid. They are gelatinous pseudopod-like material. You remember them?
Jerry likes them.
They look very similar to the ones that you saw down below at the sanctuary. They have two small little black eyes and like a thin mouth. The
These
plasmoid.
are good, huh?
Oh, hello? Is there something I can do for the lot of you?
Yes, we're here to see Emperor Jerry.
Okay, there's quite a wait. What name do you go by? Do you go by as a group, or shall I give them individual names? And what exactly is the point of your business here?
Give him the name that we were the oddities or something.
We came up with that after.
Did we?
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
Jerry. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
So,
That'd be
I'm
great.
just gonna tell him that Jade's here.
Jade, the name of your group, or
Individual.
It's an individual.
oh, very well. Give me a moment. Plasmoid kind of gets up and starts just kind of undulating towards a double door. The double doors. They're gone for about 5 minutes. She comes back out. Well, I've never seen him act like that before. Anyways, I'm to take you to a waiting room. Please follow me. As she starts sliding towards a different side door this time, she opens it with one of her pseudopods and begins to lead you back into a hallway and then down a hallway to another door and into just like this sitting chamber that kind of has a kind of like a landscape view of the moonscape in the beyond kind of area. He'll be with you momentarily. Pseudopod closes the door and leaves. And you guys are now in this room.
I really hope he's not going to jettison us out into space.
We did try to find
You
him.
see his hand on a lever as you go floating down. No.
Okay.
Little red note, same
I'm,
posture on the bottom.
Investigating the area.
Okay, give me an investigation check. You just kind of start examining the room, looking about. Anybody else?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think we're all gonna do it.
All right, feel free.
I'm gonna look for
There's a
cameras.
massive gold statue of Jerry.
Cameras? You wouldn't even know what a camera is.
I know. This is me. This is me
Ten?
wanting to find all the things.
There's like a gold statue of Jerry in full plate armor with a sword, a shield, hair flowing.
His eyes are watching you.
I got a 19.
19? Okay.
9.
9?
19.
19?
What does the room look like that we're in?
So it just feels like a normal sitting space. Like there's about a dozen chairs here. No tables or any other furniture, just a place that people might sit and wait. But for the two of you, there are like little indicators that maybe this room's like under the effect of scry, like people could scry into the room. And it's mostly because you can see the little glyph wards that are kind of like purposely placed in different parts of the room. But as you begin to kind of like examine the room and get a feel and like look out into the lunar scape of the void moon that you're on, you all hear the door open, like just kind of quickly open. Small figure comes in this time, still wearing all the red and yellow, but no cape. Immediately walks over to Jade. Well, hey, Jade.
Jerry,
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Listen, and then he begins to mouth slowly, so with no audible, because your passive is pretty good. Just pretend that everything's fine. They're watching.
I'm not nodding. My character's not nodding.
Right.
So,
That secret mission.
So,
we were talking about.
Listen, it's good to see you again. I've got a busy day.
you do. I saw the queue outside. There's a lot of
Yeah, a lot of people I'm supposed to talk to. And you watch as he kind of purposely kind of like adjusts his clothing, and wherever you can see his flesh, you can see he looks like he's been put back together. You see permanent stitch scarring almost everywhere, like key
Frankenstein.
points of
Frankenstein
yeah,
scars.
like key points of his body, and he kind of like straightens up again and looks to see, looks strangely at Willa for a moment, but then looks over at Bella, and then eyes Sephora with like a strange look on his face.
You never met Sephora.
No, you're interesting looking. And he's like examining the neck area of Sephora.
She is an interesting person.
Yeah. Anyways, really, really, really good to see you.
We're in, was it loading bay 12?
Oh. So you have a ship?
That's how we got here.
Yeah. We've got a lot to catch up on, don't we?
So,
Where can we meet up with you?
I will have to.
have your people call my people.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
That thing there that you just said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
We'd
secret
love
mission.
You're,
to
you're
have
a large man.
dinner with
That
you
secret
at
mission
some
we
point.
were on was a success.
Anyway, good to see you.
We just need you.
Just go ahead and head out. And Jerry awkwardly comes over and like to shake your hand. And you feel a small parchment kind of left left in the palm of your hand.
Okay.
It's good.
It's good to see you.
And he turns and hesitates for a moment and then leaves out the door.
Okay. I don't indicate anything that I have anything in my hand, and
Okay.
I'm like, all right, guys, let's go back to the ship.
Cool. Guys kind of head on out into the reception area. You watch as the plasmoid kind of just watches you walk away and walk back into the crowd. You guys make it back down the hallway past all the Jerry artwork and then out onto the loading bay and then eventually back on to the ship.
Yeah,
The ship seals up.
on the way out,
I
the shrub
secretly
like
wondered if
charging
we'd
up
get
the
back.
hill. I couldn't resist. I draw a little mustache.
I erased the mustache. Are there any stores, any shops or anything?
Not that you can see,
No?
nothing that you
Okay.
noticed.
So I'm like, is it like an airport?
No, there's not a
No gift shop?
there's not a Sbarro's.
Are you
No.
suggesting that they don't sell wizards to eat here? Dang it.
They don't sell wizards. No.
Nanny, nanny.
All right. So we'll go back to the ship. We button it up. I put it on, I can see in mode.
Lockdown, basically.
And
Check the note.
look at the note.
You look at the note. It just says, "For the love of the gods, help me. They won't let me leave. They think I am some kind of celestial being, and they're convinced that I hold all the answers to the astral sea. Help me, help me, help me, please." Signed, Jerry.
Okay.
Was he laughing at your grandson?
Yeah.
He loves videos of other babies.
Your grandson's got a big mouth.
Does he have
Do we wait around and
That's
for
a
him to
big
contact
boy.
us, or
That's a
do we
big
figure
boy.
out some way to get this party started?
Well, we have to
I have a
see
terrible
if Jerry
idea.
can get away and hide, because he can go invisible.
Pretty clever kind of.
I feel like he knew like a handful of things that was useful to them, and after that ran out, he was just like delaying. And I bet you like he's like playing miniature golf
No,
in
I'm
his
like-
office.
No, I
while all
know
those
exactly
people
what
are
he's doing.
waiting out
He's
there.
making everything up.
Oh no, I wrote this a while
Oh, you
ago.
got this? Okay. No, I mean Jerry's making everything up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
He's
Oh, yeah.
BSing everyone.
I say we hang out here, and then
See if he'll send someone to contact
No.
us. Or...
no. What I say
Gods,
is,
arrest him. No, just kidding.
what time did it? How long did it seem like he would get through all those people?
I mean, a couple hours, 2-3 hours,
2 or 3
maybe.
hours. So in about 2 or 3 hours, we open up the door and we just kind of hang out outside
Okay.
and in and around, and
My fear is that when William is going to hear about our arrival.
How he would? We're not. He doesn't even know we're here.
But he might.
He
he
doesn't,
only,
We are
he only gave my name.
he doesn't know we're here.
Yes.
It was very
But if he
Weird.
Are we
sees
still in the same
me.
room?
No, we're.
Oh no,
we're
you're
in
back in the
ship.
ship.
Or back in the ship?
Yeah. Yeah, you were distracted by my son.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys all stay on the ship, and I will hang out outside with the door open. That's it. So you guys can still be,
12.
yeah,
She could probably
because
hang out.
as we're talking, they probably.
Because his polymorph will wear off.
Started like
Pretty soon.
hot patches of green. Tossed it.
It's a-
Right. All right. So we wait for a couple hours, and then we open the doors, and I'll hang out outside.
And if
What time is
anybody
it?
questions
Like-
why we're still hanging out in the loading bay,
I mean, there's a lot of people in the loading bay.
okay,
There's
so it's
a
not a big.
lot.
Yeah,
How
it,
do you
it
know it-
doesn't feel that out of place.
Okay.
Is there still day and night? The sun and just rotate? Or is
I
it
mean, I'll say that from the loading bay, you begin to realize that the moon will eventually shift to its dark side.
just, okay.
And you can see the horizon of the shadow of the moon gradually kind of moving
toward us.
towards, like,
Okay.
from a north-south perspective.
Is there a video that shows up that says cupcake in a cup?
When it gets dark, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go on my. You know, I'm gonna go meet up with somebody.
He's gonna do some reconnaissance.
Bargazar.
That's exactly what's happening.
Okay.
He's gonna go make some money.
If you go to meet your sugar daddy,
Get his number.
make sure.
Don't you want to be on the inside for once?
I just want to make sure you can get back.
Seems
to
like
us.
he knows an awful lot.
I'm sure he knows an awful lot. It doesn't necessarily mean it's an awful lot that would be helpful to us.
But we don't know that until I pump him for information.
I don't want to hear you pumping.
So an interesting thing happened the last time we were on the moon. When we went into the shadow, things were different.
Well, we never actually went into the shadow.
We
kind
did.
of
We poked our head in.
just Poked our, yeah.
It was,
poked
it was
things
a
into the
completely
shadow.
different space at that time.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering if that's going to have a similar effect when it reaches us again.
I don't know.
It's like as you guys are having this conversation, you hear klaxons go off. Warning, notification. 6 hours till void shift. 6 hours till void shift.
Oh, it's like
Oh, that
I
can't
think
be
you're
good.
right. I
Yeah.
think the dark side of the moon, yeah. Void shift. Void shift.
I mean,
Okay, we all need to be on the ship in 6 hours.
Well,
When it
can the-
shifts to void,
Can the ship tell us what that is and what it does?
I'm going to try and get
Give
our
me an Arcana
ship
check
to,
as you manipulate the controls and see if it knows of anything called a void shift.
while she's doing that, I know this isn't the planet that I was born on, I guess, but
18.
I'm going to try and get a nature sense as stretch it out, trying to get a sense.
Yeah,
of
that's
what's
an
going
easy one. There is no sense of nature here. Just
Okay.
rock, sand,
and deadhead.
and like you get the sense of beings and you
Mhm.
know what they are,
Mhm.
but there's no sense of like any kind of flora or fauna that exists in the space at all.
Can I feel the absence?
We would be
I mean, it's like, so I'm probably feel people, probably, because I can feel.
You're
from-
aware of their presence.
Yeah. Would I be
Especially
able
when
to
we
feel
poke
any
you.
of that beyond the shadow?
5 miles out, still not close enough yet.
Okay, I
Yeah.
will keep my.
Keep that sense kind of pulsing from time to time as the darkened horizon gets closer and closer to the loading bay. Okay,
Try and get a sense of what we're dealing
that's
with.
fair.
No, I'm not Teletubbies.
He likes Teletubbies.
Yeah, unfortunately. But then again, I think he likes anything noisy with pretty colors.
Yeah.
I'm going to question you 10,000 times. Like, how do you feel after the post?
still
Honestly,
like
do you
that.
feel
it's not our
okay?
Teletubbies.
Still like that.
You're slightly drifting off there.
All right.
First time he's coughed for me all day.
Yeah.
His nose looks so much better.
Yeah, I'm still a little runny, but not as bad. Okay, so we're waiting.
Did you get anything on that Arcana or
Oh,
no?
yeah, 18.
18. The one thing you notice is that whenever you attempt to scan beyond the horizon, nothing comes back in the illusionary representation. So there's nothing able to give you information beyond. But you do notice that it is a barrier. And as you scan, as that horizon is gradually rotating towards you and shifting towards you, it's discernible. It's just unpenetrable.
Yeah. We need to get a hold of my Star
We
Wars
all
character, which
need
is a
to
hacker
be-
rogue.
We all need to be back on the ship before that event horizon gets to us, because in the ship
Fades
With
in
it on.
language.
with the rock that's in his pocket.
Are you the one that got the primordial stone?
Yes, he has the primordial stone.
Oh, okay. I forgot
Because
about
it
that.
was making the helmet not work well.
That's right. Okay.
So I gave it to Morrow. to
That's
hold.
right. Okay.
Where's your ears?
So
I
that
have
you
that
said that
in
because
my
of the
notes.
stone and the helmet, that's what caused the hole.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know, it makes me nervous that he had to write that down for reasons that we don't understand.
Just as a bookmark to remind me that he had it, because I forgot he had it. That's all.
Because that actually might change the event horizon when it gets to us.
So we all have to be, and I
Well,
have to be holding
I'll
the
be
helmet
over. I'll
and the
be
stone.
inside by the time dark hits. And
Okay, so you're gonna go seek out Bargazar and
yeah, his apartment.
see what's going on with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to be
Make
back
sure
on the
you
ship
read back.
by dark or no?
Oh, I'm probably not.
I think we just lost Sephora.
And that's how we lost Sephora. She stayed into a dark parallel timeline that we're going to change.
And pimped the world out.
Welcome to Planet Pimp.
Her own pimp?
She found her happy place.
Please insert money, please.
Money is what you insert?
Ouch.
God.
I've been doing it wrong.
To get into the room.
To make the bed vibrate, you might need to change.
Rotational one with the
Doors.
disco ball at the top. Mirrors all over the place.
All right.
All right, so after a couple hours.
Okay, so
I
Zephora
will-
leaves. The rest of you are hunkered down the ship.
I
You're
tell Zephora,
out
you know,
front of the ship
Yeah.
at this point.
Practice
Zephora, give me a
more digits.
survival check as you begin to make your way towards Bara's chambers.
Why me,
Why are
God?
you making Zephora get out of the van?
How many?
Wait, make these four go to that. Oh my God,
Because,
look at the
man.
look on his face.
How long it's been?
Mom, don't like silent.
It's been-
mode.
Oh,
Nat
Oh
20.
my God.
nat
20.
20.
Not 20.
You know why? Because it doesn't. I'm just trying to find his room, so that's why I get a 20. If it was anything else,
So is that a slut action?
I got slut proficiency.
So after a
Slut
while, you
slut
begin
rolling.
to make like the hallways and the way this place is designed is actually beginning to make sense.
Okay.
You find signage, different stairwells, staircases, and things that lead you towards what's called like these different peaks or zones.
I leave that badge with her, by the way.
Okay.
I'll take it.
And you eventually make it to the I think it was the fourth peak that he
Fourth
said.
peak.
Yeah, the fourth peak.
18th
And then it's a
floor?
series of animated platforms that kind of take you up to different levels, and it takes you all the way up to the 18th level. And then there's these two long hallways that go like kind of like semicircular motion, and there's doors all up and down them, you know. And you eventually find his residence, and you
Is it like
Knock.
apartments?
kind of feels like it, yeah. Kind of knock.
There you go, buddy.
And then there's a clicking sound, like on your third knock, the door clicks open
Okay.
inadvertently.
Oh.
Oh, I'll have to go in, won't I?
Give me a stealth check.
You're stealthy, right?
Oh, great. He's going to be killed because we talked to him.
Oh!
Another nat 20?
Yeah.
Like, not even making a mouse fart. You just open up and
Good. No,
kind of step inside to the residency. And it's first you're stepping into like very simple sitting area. Very loungy looking almost. You can see a small set of stairs that go up to another room to your right. There's like another double doored section off to your left. But no sign of Bara anywhere. You don't see him immediately. Take a moment to kind of listen. Don't really hear anything.
I look around. Does anything look disturbed in the room? Like there's
It's hard to tell. Everything looks neat and tidy.
Tidy,
You
okay.
can give me investigation though to start kind of nosing around a bit.
a 12 or a 12. Okay, I'm rolling doubles of everything today. So yeah, so I guess plus my
investigation.
where's my investigation? Okay, so plus 0, so 12.
12.
What did he do?
Kind of like start wandering around, and both doors are slightly open. One looks like a bedroom. The other one looks like a storage room. The stairs lead up to what feels like another door. The common room itself, a bunch of seating and bookshelves,
I'll check the
tables.
bedroom.
It's unlocked. And you open it, looking inside. Everything's neat and tidy and organized.
Petals all over the bed.
Mirrors on the just everything's just neat and tidy. It doesn't look like. In fact, you kind of open up a drawer. No clothes in the drawer.
I get out.
Like it's been cleared out.
You immediately turn and start heading for the door. As you get to the, it shuts, and you hear this locking sound.
I go up the stairs.
That's where you're just in the one bedroom.
No, like
That's where,
the bedrooms, and then you said there's another.
well,
door.
there was a storage room and like a small bedroom, and then the main bedroom that you were
the
on.
main bedroom.
Okay, so that's where you were just at.
Okay,
That's
the
when you
main-
realized
in the
there were
main
no
bedroom.
clothes. Yeah, that's
Okay,
when you realized that there were no clothes. There was no sign that anyone was
it's a trap.
living in that room.
Okay, I'll try. I don't think it'll work. I'll go to the door.
Okay,
I'll use my teleport ability. Teleport to the other side.
nothing happens.
Okay.
So back at the ship,
Is there any food?
nothing here. It doesn't feel like there's anyone that's been here. So back at the ship with you out front,
I go to bed.
you feel
Just lay in bed,
an
might as well.
invisible tug on your elbow.
Okay.
Just feel this gentle, you hear a soft, familiar voice.
Jade. Hello. It's me, Emperor. Jerry.
Mhm. And I turn and, walk inside.
You follow her?
Mhm.
Okay. You follow her up inside the ramp. All you watch as this invisibility fades, and a very relieved Jerry is now staring at all of you.
Oh. Where the hell did you go?
What happened?
Well, things happen. I don't quite know how I ended up doing what I'm doing, but apparently I know a lot of things.
You still have
Jerry
that
then
giant rock?
spends the next hour filling you in on his adventures. He was taken by the Ravens to a laboratory in Amman. When at the laboratory in Amman, he was dissected and vivisected, but they had used a preservation spell on him that kept him alive during the whole process.
Oh, God. Did you feel it?
Yeah, but
Yes, it was quite painful.
yeah. And then sometime around the second month of his imprisonment, a strange moon appeared on the horizon that got the Ravens' attention. That's when Jerry hatched his plot. Jerry discovered that the Ravens were looking for proof of what's called a celestial being. That's when Jerry also realized that what you guys let out of the underground chamber during the taking care of the bugs was an actual celestial being. So he took on that persona.
Trenzo?
Told you we should have killed him.
What was his name?
Give me a second.
Yeah.
That's like session
that was
5.
session 2, 4, something like that.
Trendo.
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 Yeah.
It's close.
Once he realized Trendo was who they were really looking for, he slowly began to take on that personality. They had decided that Trendo was actually who they mistakenly caught, who was secretly looking like this strange creature called the Gray. So they put him back together again, but then they heard of this calamity that had occurred, and the period of sundering had begun. The moon had revealed itself, and they felt that it was because of Trendo that all this was happening. So while you know him as Jerry, some people know him as Celestial Jerry, Emperor Jerry. All of them agreed not to call him Trendo anymore. Unfortunately, the ruse is that the Ravens want to maintain control everything through him. So he's kind of become like
A
the
puppet.
no,
A
not even a
figurehead.
figurehead. Like what do they call those preachers that travel around?
Oh
I
yeah.
was just thinking president.
Charlatan?
Charlatan, evangelist. He's become this.
The pulpit preacher.
Yeah, he's just become this mouthpiece of the celestial order called the Dominion. And the Dominion is made up of the Ravens, the Mechaniques, and Christopher's Helix Ward. And they all make up the secret society of the Dominion. The Dominion now lauds its power over both the remains of Exandria, as well as those that come in from the astral sea to gain entrance into Exandria's wild space.
So he's king to pope.
Unfortunately, he's not free to do anything and had to sneak out once he knew Jade was here, and is under the impression that if he's caught, he'd be in dire trouble. But that takes him about an hour to explain all that to you.
Wait,
That's what I was
How
supposed to
close
PM you
to-
today, and I just
That's right.
never got around to it.
Yeah.
How
Good.
close to dark?
You're about 3 hours away.
3 hours
You
away?
also know about the void.
Mhm.
When the horizon crosses the terminus, this part of the moon returns back to the Shadowfell. And once in the Shadowfell, it's there for 12 hours.
Mhm.
And then this part of the terminus will reappear a month later.
A month later. A month later. A month
So
later.
Jerry's understanding of time
Mhm.
is based on the void terminus, or which he then explains to you as the void gate. So Jerry is closer to every day a month goes by, and he's been here for 9
9
months. He's well over a couple hundred years old at this point in terminus time.
Don't look a day
okay,
old.
So it has been a long time.
so
Yes, I suppose.
in the Shadowfell, it's a month. It takes a
But
month.
on Earth,
But-
A month a day.
a month
So,
a
but
day.
it'll rotate like normal. Otherwise,
So
it's
Down
only
on
a
the
No,
planet.
it moves like normal.
yes.
But as soon as you come out of the Shadowfell terminus, it will have been a month since you were gone.
Yeah, that's
So
what I
you
was-
lose a month with each
He was
terminus of
me, you're
rotation.
poking him with sticks.
And it rotates once per normal day.
Is that why we lost a month, even though we didn't cross into the
No,
dark
this is
side?
the first time you've experienced the gate.
Oh, we lost a month the first time we left. That's
that
why.
was because I'm of poor planning.
I'm just making sure it wasn't because of that.
No,
Hmm.
it's just a coincidence that
Mhm.
it's.
The void gate wasn't active yet. Something happened near the tail end of the second month of his imprisonment that triggered that. The only thing that you guys would connect with that is that's when you left Vasselheim with the stone to go and seek the vault of the inheritance.
That's when we
At the end of the
traveled.
second month.
As when you traveled with the
With
the
this.
stone that Morrow currently has.
With me holding
Which
the
originally,
stone.
however, you still have the main
The big
stone,
one.
the big one, right? You would have remembered them calling that the Celestial Star. And it is currently in the main vault room of your glass chamber that you're allowed to hold an audience in. Still sits there. And you've always suspected that it's connected with the terminus. Although you're not entirely sure how it's connected to the terminus.
So there's a good chance that we need to retrieve that.
Or we need to be standing by it
We need to
during the
leave.
nexus.
I want to leave this place and go away. Far away.
But
That sounds
we
like
need some. We need. We're missing someone. We still need to.
Sephora went to go have a booty call.
It's been an hour.
Do you
She
guys
should be
tell
back- she should have been
him
back 50
who
minutes.
she went to go meet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No one here by that name.
Okay.
I've been
I
fooled. Your daddy's
would
so
like
mean.
to. If I do the spell big enough, I'm gonna have to use a heroic action, right? If I use a big spell,
If it'll work.
I'd like to cause chaos.
And I would also suggest that you would also be free to tell them if they want. The only place magic works is in the void.
Magic doesn't work here.
But you can hold that back if you choose to. Because you're still Jerry deep down.
To those necklaces,
Magic.
the necklace that we have that didn't. That one
That's so stupid.
Anyway,
But
magic and
Magic.
gods.
God,
Would
it's
those
prettier.
necklaces that we were wearing work here too, or no?
So far, they don't seem to.
Did they tell me about what they're trying to do?
Yeah, I should
I
try
leave it up to them.
I should try and message Jerry.
Are you gonna try to tell me what you guys are trying to do? Go back in time and all this stuff?
Oh yeah.
Why you message Jerry? He's standing right next to you.
Not Jerry. Sorry, Sephora. I should message Sephora.
With
Yeah.
what?
She's not answering.
No,
iPhone 14. No,
I don't know that it will work.
Yeah. I mean, you can.
He hasn't told us.
Also,
Did you
we
tell us
have those
Magic
collar
Wand?
things that should make it.
Magic doesn't work at all here, right?
No, not even
Until
with what you're wearing.
So did I revert back to my tree form?
Nope.
Weird.
Klaxons go off. 2 hours till terminus. Beginning lockdown proceedings. You watch as the landing bay seals shut.
I guess we're not leaving until.
A month later.
so does a month of time go by here as it's dark?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
People are basically
Okay, so the gate is when it
Basically, a month
changes,
is equal to
right?
30 months in prime material time.
so he's not hundreds of years old then.
No, I'm mostly, yeah. I mean, he's basically each month is
2
3
years.
years, 3 years,
Yeah.
maybe. And he's been gone for 9 months, so 27 years is as long as he's known time to change.
It's been 40 years. It's been 40 episodes.
I knew
So
Sephora shouldn't have left. Okay, so we should get the stone. The
We have
big stone.
access to the stone.
Do we need the big stone?
We should
We
probably
should get the big stone.
Probably get the big stone.
can I tell you something?
Yeah.
We're in very grave danger right now. We'll probably all be killed. Well, maybe not me. Maybe they'll probably just re-dissect me and then put me back together after they fool around with me a little bit more. And I'll be doing the same thing I've been doing. But for you guys, I don't know.
Yeah, they'll probably kill us.
Now we're here a month.
Can you
Yes.
get us access to the stone?
So you'll be gone a month.
Yeah, right.
So the world
Does
below,
it feel like 12 hours to us?
hard to know. You haven't had the experience yet.
Well, I'm asking Jerry. Does it feel like 12 hours to us?
You remember it's just like 12 hours, but when you come back on the opposite side of the terminus, a month's worth of activity has gone on.
Okay, so it
Right.
actually feels like less time to him.
It feels like normal time to him.
So it wouldn't be 27 years. It's the opposite.
No, just because it feels like normal time doesn't mean time hasn't passed.
No, I get what he's saying.
Yeah. So like Exandria has experienced actually since your disappearance and your reemergence on the other side. The reason why everything looked the way it did is because it's actually been 27 years.
Oh, I thought it'd been 9 months.
That's what it felt like to you guys.
But it had been 27 years.
Okay, so it isn't.
Okay, but they were telling us it'd been 9 months since the sundering.
They had described a point in time that the sundering had occurred.
Yeah, it was 9 months ago because what we had felt was
That's
11.
how they described it.
Yeah, we had felt 11 months, and they had said the sundering happened 9 months ago.
A lot of time has gone. That's
Well, no, there's a possibility that people in Sanctuary are experiencing time differently as well.
Okay, that's true.
So like it feels like the prime material plane is aging abnormally, but different groups are having different time experiences. That's what it feels like.
Right now, we're in a time bubble that doesn't
So-
exist. This is all
there's
fake
different-
time.
there's
So
different
I'll be able to
ways.
tell him basically that we have to wait here 12 hours.
Yes, till you come out of the terminus.
Yeah.
So you have 2 hours until the beginnings of the terminus.
But for the outside, Jesus, man.
This is way
Outside,
more fun now she doesn't sit next to you.
so outside, okay, so inside the Shadowfell, it seems like 12 hours has gone by. But yet, everything that's happening, we get a month's worth of work done in 12 hours.
Correct.
And on the outside, a month's gone by.
Correct.
Okay,
So in the Void Moon, it's a normal 24-hour period for you.
right,
I think you know
But down on
how
Exandria,
right.
it's a
It's
month.
a month.
Yep.
Okay.
Blame my sheets for that.
No, I had the
Okay.
that was between your feet.
So-
Which now you're beginning to wonder about Sanctuary. Well, they would wonder about Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Do you guys fill Jerry in on Sanctuary and what going on down in
Might
Exandria?
as well like repeat it, like tell intel back and forth.
Okay. So Jerry, you get caught up.
Oh.
And because they describe sanctuary to you,
Mhm.
you would know that as one of the Shadowfell fragments. They are in a kind of similar terminus as well.
Okay.
And when the Void Gate revealed itself here, and the terminus began with the Void Moon, a fragment of the Void Moon that broke off from the landing of the Titan fort that you currently occupy sent a fragment down below, and that became Sanctuary. That's why that fragment of the fortress looks so ancient and old.
Got you. I explained that to him.
That makes
Okay.
sense. Okay. So we have to find Zephora.
I think we need to stick together this time around, though.
How would we? Okay, so they explained they want to go back in time. How would I know how we could accomplish that?
The only thing you know is that massive stone that you keep in the ceremony chamber that you meet people in.
Yeah.
You feel like it's connected to something. Question
Okay.
is, do you guys let
Might
Jerry
be-
know that the smaller version of the stone is what you suspected caused your shift in time?
So the bigger stone would cause a bigger shift in time.
The big stone and small stone, while connected, they share a similar effective void of terminus,
It's
which
the heart of the
means
Titan.
they both became active at approximately the same time. Now, Jerry had been under isolation and torture and dissection for a couple months. So something or someone interacted with that other stone that they took off of Jerry and are
Am
now
I able to
convinced
get
that
to that?
only a being of celestial existence could have possession of the stone.
Can I get it?
You could try.
No, I'm just saying, like, do I have normal access to it, or is it
You-
like encased in something? And I
normally during terminus, everybody is restricted to their quarters,
okay,
like where they live.
okay,
He said first ceremony room, right? Yeah, it's in the ceremony.
That was the room that he was standing in, looking out as they were landing
So
below the
everyone's-
landing.
So we have
section.
2 hours. 2 hours before terminus.
if they see us all together, they're gonna do something.
Never know until you try.
Well, we do have a good
I'm just saying,
fever.
I'm watched all the time, right?
You are
Good fever.
paranoid.
Okay,
You're convinced that you're being watched all the time.
Okay.
Whether or not they really are or not, you're not entirely sure.
okay.
Could you go invisible, get the stone, and then bring it back here before the void slam down hits?
I mean, the only reason you're able to turn invisible is because you're rain.
And we have a burglar. We do have a burglar.
All right.
We have a
Then we're
burglar.
leaving.
A very stealthy burglar.
Just saying, we have a
But if
burglar.
they catch you, they kill you. If they catch him, they stick him back in his fluffy throne.
The way I've been rolling, probably best not to chance that.
All right.
Did you just take that away from your son like a petulant child?
My stuff.
Come here, bud. You come see Dada? Yeah, you come see Dada? Come here. You get Dada. Come here.
Okay, did you turn our lights on?
Yeah, they're on.
I can
I
try.
remembered this time.
I suppose.
Come see Dada. You come see Dada. You come see Dada. Ah. Look, who's over there?
I
Look over
think
there.
it's probably
Who
going
is
to
all
be
the
our
people?
best course of action
Who's all the people?
to retrieve.
But
this-
if we get it,
retrieve that
we
stone.
can't leave.
Well, how long is it going to take you to get it? To get there?
I don't know. I've
And then
never
to get
tried
back?
to get it. I'm not.
Is it under lock and key?
It's in a case.
Is the
As far as you
case-
know, it's sitting on a pedestal.
Oh, it's in a pestle.
Yeah, it's just sitting there, and you don't know what happens to it in terminus because you're normally in your chambers.
True.
So it's in the receiving chamber, but once you go into terminus, everyone just kind of goes back to where they live and they wait for terminus to conclude, and then you come back out and do your normal 12 hours of activity.
I want to try and get it in here because terminus is this gate that we were told about.
Where do we have like? Is there vaults with like money and stuff in them here?
Oh yeah, quite a few.
Okay.
Please don't try and get money. We just need the stone.
Maybe if you were to cause a distraction, I might be able to get the stone
Cause a
before
little chaos.
before this happens and we meet back at
We
the
don't
ship.
have magic.
No, you can't press my button, buddy.
There's no
You
magic.
press your buttons.
I
No.
know there's no
No,
magic.
she was saying
No.
little chaos. She was talking about a spell. There's
No,
no
I was,
magic.
no, I
What if we
didn't
just go
say.
to, wait, Will. Do you want to go destroy things?
I don't.
Destroy things.
Didn't mean. a
Fortunately,
spell.
I'm not very
How about we
strong
just
right
get
now.
a bunch
Shit,
of
that's right. You're thin and tiny.
I didn't
Dang
mean
it.
one of your little
But I'm
spells. I meant
Be shiny, beard doesn't
I
blind
meant-
everyone.
maybe try to break in one of the vaults and get the guards going that way, and people looking at that while I take the stone and then we meet back at the ship.
Well, if you go and you take the stone, the likelihood that they know that it's our ship that the stone is on, it's not going to be that high
I miss your minions.
because they're not going to see you.
I don't know.
You've never
What
tried
happened?
this before.
I've never tried
You've
it, but
been-
they probably can see me.
They can't see you if you're invisible
How do you know that?
because you're invisible. It's in the name.
Just remember to take your clothes off.
They have technologies.
I got Mom.
Emperor's new clothes.
Do I have my? What about my stuff I was carrying when I let my probe and all that stuff? Whatever
You still
happened?
have it all in a pack.
Okay.
It's in your personal chambers.
All right.
So you got to go get your clothes or go get your stuff.
I'll
And
put it
then-
under my robes, and then I can have my robes. I'll get the most
Outlandish road.
outlandish robe that can hide the stone,
Okay.
and I'll go try to do that.
Okay.
And then just
Jerry.
stay here and
Now,
be
if
ready
you
to
go
leave.
invisible, do your robes go invisible too?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
anything he
like
wears
sure.
goes invisible. Yeah.
Okay.
Emperor's new clothes.
I'll try not to use it unless I have to. Then they don't mind seeing me around.
Okay. So you do that. We'll be here ready to go. If we time it, like when the void goes down,
I gotta go now.
Yes.
Take it at least. Yeah. Little Craven Jerry heading back. Kind of absentmindedly, scratching at all your scars, just thinking about when you were.
Why did I like Sephora, by the way?
you didn't.
Why did I like? Remember when I met her?
Yeah, you just found her neck intriguing.
Her neck intriguing?
What was intriguing about her neck?
Just
He wants to take her head and
it seemed like a nice
add it,
symmetrical cut,
add it
you
to
know.
Gotcha.
If we time it,
Go on, you change your grandchild's diaper, don't you?
No, grandkid. I hand them back to mom and dad, man. Yeah, you
Here
gotta get
go,
your
he
grandparents.
stinks.
You do that shit. I don't. Grandma.
there's a rule.
If I even smell fart, I go, here you
There
go.
you go.
And if you help them too much, they won't parent like they should.
That's right.
So as the rest of you hunker down on the ship, as Jerry, you head back to the reception chamber,
Yes.
and
invisibly.
yeah,
I remind you to go invisible.
Yeah, yes.
going
yes,
back in your invisible state.
Ah, you live invisible.
The first thing you do is you stop off at your personal chamber, grabbing all your equipment and gear that you want to take with you.
Is Sephora there, just laying on the bed?
And I just go bzz, with a laser. Her
Um,
head falls off.
it's a chamber. Sephora will have a part to play in the far distant future.
Future, right?
So is that how you're getting rid of Sephora?
Sephora's gone at this point.
Forrest gone.
You make it back to the observation chamber and the reception chamber.
Okay.
Give me perception as you kind of
God, I gotta get
Look
something
around.
for Jerry.
I was really hoping you would have to play
And when
both
we
characters.
meet before our Candela Obscura game next Monday, Ivar,
Uh-huh.
we'll do 3 milestones for you for Jerry.
Okay.
Is it only 3?
It's only been 3.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's been more since
Well, we
Well,
had a lot
not
of
very
breaks in
many.
between.
Yeah, it
It's
just
only been
feels
3.
longer.
What am I doing? Perception?
Perception.
So 21.
Fun.
Is he more paranoid now?
The
Schizophrenic?
chamber's definitely quiet. You can see the next group that you need to meet, a dignitary group from the grotto. And you kind of just tell them to hold on for a minute. You head up over to the observation platform that looks down on the lunar surface. And kind of on the pedestal, on the observation platform, is that large crystalline stone that just seems very inert, like no obvious sense of purpose.
I grab the conch. Should I touch it?
With both hands firmly.
Okay. Very well then.
Everybody's
He's
gonna miss the
he's been my
conch now.
only friend. Okay, I reach in.
Put it under your belly.
Pick it up.
Wait for it to explode.
Nothing happens. It does become a little bit more active though as soon as you pick it up. Take it off the pedestal.
Okay. And then I
You
go.
jam it underneath your robes.
Then
The dignitaries are like smiling and patiently waiting.
what would you like? What are you here to see Emperor Jerry
Oh,
for?
we're here to discuss the contracts and negotiations between the Triferans, of course. The ones that are currently harassing and doing piracy near the grotto. Have you not been given our notifications and understanding of our needs? You personally said...
Silence!
Sorry, Great Emperor, we did not mean to
I know
upset-
everything!
Give me an intimidation check.
Oh my god, he's almost asleep. Let's yell.
I'm sorry. Okay, 16.
16. Of course, Emperor. And they all kind of like bow backwards away from you and patiently move off to the side as you kind of keep walking by. They're just kind of eyeing you with
More
a
like
single
Chester.
eyebrow up, wondering where you're going, and you just kind of head out the entry portion of the chamber, back into the secret hallway, and then back into the main hallway. So far, no one's taken notice of you out and about, and you slip on the invisibility ring and disappear back. The 30-minute klaxon is currently wailing by the time you get to the ship and make it back on board.
Okay.
You drop the invisibility, and Jerry is back.
Okay. I'm back. Let's get out of here.
The loading bay doors are closed still.
Yeah, we can't.
We can override him or something, right?
I'm okay.
Oh,
There's an
Okay.
emergency.
is there anybody out there that runs it? How do they do that?
It's actually quite vacant right now as everyone's kind of like reverted back to their living chambers because it's only a half an hour until terminus.
Where?
Do we see Grim anywhere?
His ship is still here, but you don't see him anywhere.
Is he sleeping on his ship?
Probably.
Dang it. Okay. I want to try as
Do you tell me about Grim?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay,
Grim's a
I'll go
monkey.
over to his ship really quick.
Okay.
I'll knock on
He's
the
a
door.
Big fan.
And the door. They must have. Great Emperor. Oh, they told you. I'm Grim.
Yes, I know Grim.
You know me.
Yes.
Kisses
Kiss the ring, bitch. No, I was kidding. So he's like,
Yeah.
my agents need one more favor from you.
Yeah, what? It's almost terminus, sir. I mean, we
We
can't.
need the date opened.
The gate? You need the gate open or the
Yes. Huh?
Date.
What?
date? Gate or the date?
The gate.
Oh, I thought you said the date. You did say the date, didn't you?
Silence!
I'm sorry, Great Emperor. I'm sorry.
The Emperor never makes a mistake.
And all in the other ship, you just hear this like echoey, like kind of tinny yelling going on.
Now, can you do this for me?
Yes,
Grim?
it's date.
You shall have our favor.
I shall. And he kind of runs down the ramp and he looks.
He's
He
so
watches.
good.
He heads over towards a pedestal with a series
I
of
go back
levers.
to the ship.
And he just and he pulls the two cranks and a klaxon starts whirring as the gate
As I'm running,
trundles
like,
upward.
Go, 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 go.
You
Hurry
watch
now.
Jerry comes running up the ramp. The ramp closes. This section of the loading bay is now open. And you can see the terminus of the horizon is just swallowing everything that it's touching. You have about 15 minutes until it gets here.
Okay, I'm gonna put the helmet on.
Okay.
You already got it, remember?
Oh, yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, you never took it off. You tune,
We
the chair
take
comes
the
into existence.
The big
and-
The
stone
big stone and the little stone,
and the little stone.
and we put them next to each other.
Okay.
No, put next to the helmet.
They're next to each other. They're becoming more active at this point.
Okay, I'll just keep
Well, I
moving.
have to. I think I have to be holding them.
You do? Okay.
and the necklaces.
No,
The
it wasn't
The
necklaces.
necklaces
No,
had
It
nothing
wasn't
to do.
necklaces. It was
Okay.
just the helmet and the snow.
Okay.
At least move the ship
Well,
out
I have
before
the
they
necklace
close
on.
it on
Yeah.
us.
I have the necklace on.
But all 3 necklaces.
I don't think it was all 3.
Get outside the gate!
You feel the ship lift. Jerry's like frantic. You feel the ship, and then you watch as the loading bay trundles shut, and just
We're on the outside of it?
yeah, you guys
Oh,
are.
oh,
Yeah, you
okay.
guys are on the outside of it.
Oh.
Your screen goes active as a very happy Grim is like, thanks, that was great. That was a lot. I hope you guys are good. And then he sees, Jerry on the ship, in the background. The Emperor's with you. Oh, okay. I won't tell a soul. And the screen blinks out. You guys are now floating as the horizon is just coming this way, and you're floating away, and it's just like gradually swallowing the landscape behind you.
Poor
We gotta go
Grim.
into it.
do.
We gotta go. We gotta
Poor
go
Grim.
into
He'll be
it.
horribly tortured to
Because that's
death.
what they're calling the gate, right?
We have to go into it.
Revenge of the
Well,
Grim.
he's the one that knows what the gate is.
He's not 100% sure. He hasn't experienced. He just knows the terminus is a gate-like feature of this location.
Well, we can fly ahead of the thing and
What's
make
gonna
sure that
happen when
it's the actual thing before we go flying
What
into
does this
it.
do that I just took it away from there? What is it stopping from happening? What
We're fucking.
everyone in that place is going to be wasted or something. Like we can't leave any place without mass murdering people. Like
Hey, unless William Conifer is on that planet, then it's all good.
I don't know.
It's just like the people we drowned. We just don't know.
Yeah,
that.
we just don't know, and we don't care.
know.
If we
just
don't
keep
see them
going.
drown, then they didn't drown. That's how we look at it. We're horrible people.
Right now,
I'm
you're
just along
keeping
for the
pace
ride.
with the
I'm not
shift
doing
of the
anything.
horizon. As you watch the horizon swallow the shadow moon, there's nothing rotating backwards. There's no landscape. It's just this dark void that looks impenetrable.
Like a
And as
balloon.
you're following away from it, Rudius and Kathia are like moving faster. They're almost like it's almost like you're watching.
Backwards?
No, it feels like they're moving in sequence with Exandria. They're like
I'm gonna look at the time stamp.
the chronometer.
Yeah. Is it going forward or backwards?
Looks like it's going forward.
Shit, we're going forward in time. We want to go backward
We
in
need to go
time.
the other opposite direction.
Try putting those things together. I'm glad you're doing it. Not me. But
And now they're
Try.
glowing and very much
I'm trying.
active.
They said put them together. I'm gonna try and put them together.
You guys watch as Jerry hands the big stone, or takes a little stone from Morrow, hands the big stone over to Jada. She's got the helm on. She's sitting in the jammer chair.
Well, we're not-
3D
And
glasses
she's-
and popcorn.
Yeah.
while watching it.
And she begins to slowly bring the two stones together. And you just watch as they just suddenly begin to, as they merge, there's like this force, this bright light beginning to form, which we will discover 2 weeks from now.
of course.
So while we were
I knew that was going to happen. I always know where you're going to end it.
Hey, everybody, thanks for coming out. I turned 52 today.
Yay! Happy birthday!
Yeah,
You
I've
lived
been
another
playing this
year.
game since I was 9. Not this game, but the games. We will be back tomorrow night, and we'll be back Sunday. Tomorrow night is the World of Kalisha and the Shattered Kingdom. Sunday is the Mad Mage and Fool's Errand. We will be back with another Candela Obscura, the mystery of the monkey and the museum next week, next Monday. And that'll be fun. We'll roll up Ivar's character that day too. Other than that, everyone, please be safe, be kind, and don't forget to play a game. It's kind of important. We'll see you guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye.